This is Dolynny TV, ladies and gentlemen. Good evening. Welcome back to game number 2. The Edmonton Oilers, the LA Kings, third time in a row in the playoffs. This being game 2 of the third time, as the Oilers look forward to getting, well, possibly a 2-0 series lead here tonight after a thundering 7-4 victory over top of the LA Kings last time out. I look forward to a good time with you here tonight. I'm assuming the Oilers are going to show well this evening, and I think too the LA Kings are going to have a little bit more pushback than maybe they did at times in the hockey game last time out. The Oilers, I think they know where the intensity has got to be this evening as well. I think it's pretty clear to see that for them, they've got to be able to come out and throw the body just a bit more than perhaps they did in game 1. We're in for a good one this evening, I will tell you. That much for sure. If game 1 was any indication, everything is the exact same as last time out in game 1. So Stuart Skinner starts, Cam Talbot starts, lines are the same, nothing goes changing. Both teams looking to repeat their successes and better their fortunes from last game. So exciting to see that it is going to keep being the same lineups, just simply because the Oilers had success and the Kings didn't. So if it is the same lines and the Oilers have the same success, that is a very good thing for us Oilers fans here tonight. So friends, we'll turn to the chat here. Jesse, Avery, Peter, Johnny, Dean, and Go joining us here in the chat this evening as we get things fired up for tonight's broadcast. Friends, again, a reminder as you're just trickling in, make sure to hit that like button on your way in. You know what that does. It didn't quite have the full effect last game because obviously it wasn't very tight at the end of the game last time out, right? If it would have been a one-goal game in that last 5 minutes, we would have seen some crazy things happen in the chat. But tonight, I think we'll see a little tighter of a game and we should see the full effect if all goes according to plan as the Edmonton Oilers look to, like I said, take a 2-0 lead. Currently, it is the Toronto Maple Leafs down by a goal with 10:29 to go in the third period against the Boston Bruins. So stay tuned for what happens there. But we've got, well, roughly, right, puck drops about 8:20 again probably tonight. So we've got just over an hour, or just under an hour to go until puck drop between the Oilers and the LA Kings this evening. Like I said, the lineups, there's not much to debate out there this evening considering everything is the exact same as it has been since game 1. So yeah, I don't think there's anything else to really mention except for everybody, kind of being upset with the old Toronto Maple Leafs for their lack of pushback so far tonight against the Boston Bruins. But that is, in any game the Leafs play, nothing unusual to talk about there. So Stuart Skinner comes in rocking a 4.0 goals against average and an .892 save percentage. That nearly 30 points better than who will face him, Cam Talbot, in net for the LA Kings. So that still seems wrong to say, even after all these years, right? Cam gave us a lot of good memories in those few short years in Edmonton, but it is what it is. Peter, what does Connor McDavid do for an encore? I think tonight they just got to win, right? I think that's the encore of and of itself. You've won game 1 at home for the first time since 1990. So now you got to step up and go out there and obviously win the game 2 and really do something you probably haven't done in years at home. So hopefully for the Oilers, they find a way to get that job done here tonight. Obviously, I think it still lines up, as many have theorized, is there's probably a letdown game in LA. The Edmonton Oilers win game 1, 2, 4, and 5, or 3 and 5, and ultimately, oh man, can't even make a sentence, ultimately win the series in 5. That seems to be the way a lot of folks I've talked to are lining it up, and that's kind of what I'm hoping for, because as previously announced in the last live stream, I will not be live for game 4. I've got family coming in from out of town that I have to pick up at the airport. Again, that was scheduled before the playoffs were scheduled, so tough luck, move on kind of deal. So we'll see where that heads us into a potential game 5, or, as it's still on the table, a potential 4-game sweep of the LA Kings. That's getting ahead of ourselves, though, to a quite large degree. So friends, as we welcome Trent, Toast, and Magic back in, We are rolling around here into the pregame portion. I don't think there's really much. I don't think there's much really to recap other than maybe what Trent is saying here. The card review. Yeah, that's something I added in there for a little bit of extra flair on the live streams, friends. So you would have seen last time out this one the most, right? The old ZMH just did it. That one got a lot of airtime there thanks to one Zach Hyman last game out. Of course, as supposed to say in there as well, you've got the Oh My Captain sign that will hopefully flash quite a bit tonight as well. And then, oh boy, yeah, this one was fun to be able to throw up, right? Everybody doubts Nuge come big moments, but he showed up with a huge goal last game out as well. And then, to my surprise, this one was, yeah, right, I had a good feeling about it, but I didn't know if it was going to come to fruition, right? I was like, oh, now Draisaitl will score a tip-in front, but he ends up ripping one top shelf on Cam Talbot, which gave us, obviously, the game-winning goal, I do believe, from one Mr. Leon Draisaitl. So, Spencer, good evening to you. Got a good workout in, ready to roll. Well, I will tell you, all I did was some laundry and cook dinner, so I'm hoping I'm just as ready now. And Brian, things might be thinks the Kings might be a bit tougher to beat tonight. The Oilers must play accurately. Well, I think what the Oilers were talking about pregame today was a lot of you have to be ready to match their intensity and then do it as the game goes on. And I think the Oilers tonight in for a bit of a tougher test, but again, kind of one of those situations. If you ace the first one, we expect you to be able to ace the second one, and then it's about kind of where that letdown, if there is a letdown, comes in for the Oilers at some point this series. Magic, yeah, it's absolutely fantastic to see that those styrofoam blocks were a hit like I was hoping they would be. And Peter, in terms of making them into full screen graphics, that's a little past my expertise. I'm not exactly the best graphics maker out there, as you see with the videos night in, night out. So we'll see what the Oilers can do here this evening against the LA Kings. Obviously, it's going to be a big, tall task to come out. And two, we may have that playoff curse, the old playoff song or whatever you want to say, the special song written up. I think Rob Clark, the anthem singer, was part of that today. So hopefully for the Oilers, that is not the case here, as time keeps winding down in this Bruins and Leafs game. 9:05 remaining now in the third period, so we'll see what the case is for the Oilers here when they get a chance to get going. Obviously, it's 7:30. This game might be over on time tonight, so that'd be a huge bonus if we're an Edmonton Oilers fan, or maybe even an LA Kings fan hanging around in the stream this evening after the last one. Welcome aboard if you are tuning in from California tonight. As Scout, welcome in as well, and Jack as well. You can't stay up late, called 7-3 and went to bed. Well, that's tough, as they're right on cue. The Toronto Maple Leafs score a goal to make it 2-2. And, ooh, boy, that is not good news for us Oilers fans who obviously don't want to see an overtime in Boston and Toronto. I know our game will actually start on time, broadcast-wise, but it's just kind of tough. I wanted to be able to get some studio time before flipping on over, let everybody have a little moment to themselves. So, all right, that is where we are at in that one. The Bruins obviously giving up a goal backdoor on Swayman right there from the Leafs, as Riley slapped one across and got the deflection off of two sets of skates and into the back of the net. Tyler Bertuzzi, who was having a rough go earlier on in the game, definitely just came through in the clutch for the Leafs right there. That's huge. Absolutely huge. And Scout, to answer the question, how am I doing tonight? I think I'm fired up. I'm trying to stay calm. I've been feeling the butterflies all day, to be honest with you. Actually, it was kind of one of those situations where I couldn't believe, like, all of a sudden 4 o'clock hit and I got a nervous stomach there at work. Just, that's unusual, but I had that a little bit in game one, and I think winning game one kind of only amplifies that to some degree, as we're going to get geared up for game number 2 here tonight. And there we go. The Boston Bruins score to make it 3-2, and almost immediately after this one could get pretty fireworky towards the end of the hockey game. That's the quickest 2 goals in the game, I think, so far. So we'll see what the Leafs do to try and top the Bruins here on the next shift. But the Oilers have a playoff game before 8. Well, the Oilers just have to make the 3rd round of the playoffs. It was 2 years ago when we faced Colorado that it was 6 p.m. or 6:30 p.m. starts against Colorado. So I'll be interested to see what the start times, especially if the Oilers face someone like Vegas in the 3rd round, what those start times look like. Obviously, Dallas, I think those start times stay pretty relative to 6 p.m., but we'll see. And I guess there is the potential that a team like Winnipeg, team like Colorado still comes out of this whole mix as well. So we're rolling along here tonight. Jack, I like it. 5-3, and you say goodnight. Well, that could be the key tonight for the Oilers. A tight scoring game, a little still high scoring. Obviously, I don't think the Oilers are necessarily going to be that team early on that wins 1-0, 2-1 every game in the playoffs, but you expect to see the scoring come down to some degree, as it usually has over the Oilers' course of their past few playoff runs. Just simply after game 1 kind of comes back to a realistic score, not 7-4 or whatever it was last game out. So we'll see what happens here. We are going to go to this one right now, 3-2 in behind the Leafs net. The Bruins just got a good chance there. It's going to be led back the other way by Robertson, but first of the playoffs for Marchand, who, again, discredit him all you want for his antics. He is a very, very good hockey player. That cannot be taken away from him. He is he's a guy you want on Team Canada every chance you can get him on there, because he is just a proven winner at the NHL level and at the hockey's elite level. So we'll see where he sits on the old NHL roster for the 2026 Olympics. Obviously, that's coming up here soon in Italy, and that'll be some rough grinds as well. Hopefully, a guy's able to get up that early and not have to necessarily go to work during the Olympics, right? That'd be a nice little time. See what happens. Antonio, 6-2 Oilers win tonight. Everybody's predicting high scores in terms of the Oilers column. I like the lower scores for LA. That's a huge bonus in the column. I will say that much for sure, as we need to see where this game goes now with 6:40 on the 3rd period clock. I think the Boston Bruins are probably about to wrap this one up 4-2 by the looks of it, and that's pretty par for the course, right? Leafs Bruins going game back, game forth, game back, game forth, and it'll be up to the Leafs when they win game 6 to try and flip the script and win game 7, but doesn't look like that's going to be doable based on some of the way the Leafs have played this series so far. So we'll see, of course. Plenty of time for things to turn around here for the Leafs. Obviously, as I'm with Nye, I'm kind of really want to see the Leafs and Oilers in the Stanley Cup final. That guarantees a Canadian Stanley Cup. But do the Leafs have the mental toughness to truly go for 4 rounds? I don't know, right? Do the Oilers have that? That's a fair question as well. But I think the Oilers have kind of been there, done that over the past 3 years now, getting into the playoffs for the 5th straight year, and obviously 2 going into the 2nd and 3rd round the past 2 years, and now all of a sudden just 3 games away from re-entering the 4th or 2nd round for the 3rd year in a row. Don't know where the 4th came from, but don't mind me, friends. If you are just joining the chat, just joining the stream here, and if you haven't already hit that like button, let's make sure to do that here nice and early on tonight, simply because tonight seems like a night we could probably get the full effect of the like button all told by the end of the stream. So we'll see what happens here. If you see me touching my nose a bunch, I groomed my mustache tonight, and it feels like I might have a couple loose hairs poking and prodding around the nose area, so my apologies there if it looks like I'm fidgeting with my nose a whole bunch, but we'll survive. As let's see, everybody's just talking about the playoffs and the Cup and all that, so we'll leave the chat there for now as we go over to Game 2's behind the scenes stats. Looks like the videos are starting to roll along again tonight. Obviously, game number 1 has gotten some views again, as is tradition in the playoffs. The games prior in the series get a ton of views pregame as we roll into the big show here as the Oilers and Kings will take battle in Game 2 here in about just about 40 minutes time, friends, as we roll along on this evening's broadcast. Again, to remind you, if you're just tuning in, it's Cam Talbot, Stuart Skinner in the lineup tonight. Of course, that means everything stays the same for both teams, as it'll be Skinner starting, Talbot starting for the Kings. Lineups are the same, D pairings are the same. Both teams ready to rock and roll and look for same or different outcomes in tonight's hockey game, depending on which side you kind of fall on that whole battle. So as we go here, friends, I'm going to quickly go load up our hockey game tonight, as we'll go over to the old app here and see what we can find for the Oilers and Kings upcoming. Zach Hyman scored a hat trick in Game 1. That is a big kind of big storyline coming out of Game 1. The best free agent signing in Edmonton Oilers franchise history, coming up with a historic 54-goal season, and then following it up immediately with a hat trick in Game 1 of the Stanley Cup playoffs. Connor McDavid with 5 assists. Bouchard leading the defenseman in the league with 4 assists. So pretty exciting to see where this Edmonton Oilers go. As you guys are saying, for an encore tonight, what do the Oilers decide to do? So we'll see what the case is here tonight as, we're rolling along. In this one is David. That's a good question, because honestly, the way Mr. Evan Bouchard has been playing, especially since Paul Coffey went behind the bench for the Oilers, you'd almost swear you've got Paul Coffey back there for the Oilers. That guy, Evan Bouchard's been absolutely phenomenal for the Oilers this season. Obviously, just a point shy of a point per game this year, and a guy who I think is only going to get better as he wears the Oilers jersey longer. So that's exciting to see. As we'll see what the Oilers have in store for us tonight. 5:03 to go in this Leafs game, though, is 66 shot attempts for the Boston Bruins, 57 shot attempts for the Toronto Maple Leafs this evening, as it is the Bruins who hold a big 3-2 lead over the Toronto Maple Leafs right now, and it's the Leafs who have to find a way to try and bust through here against a Bruins team that really hasn't allowed them much at all through 2 games in the series, realistically speaking, and took a lucky bounce to make it 2-2 or 2-1 for the or I guess 2-2 for the Leafs, and then ultimately it was Brad Marchand answering right back to make it 3-2 for the Bruins. I'm already forgetting. I'm only half paying attention. Who can fault me on that? But as we go here, friends, we are going to see what happens here for the Oilers, as it's going to be Game 2 of what is probably going to be, 24, 25 games, probably around that mark for the Oilers if they want to win the Stanley Cup. As everyone's saying, it does take 16 wins to ultimately win and lift the Stanley Cup. So there's a lot of work to be done here for the Oilers tonight, and see what happens is... you just got to get in there and get the job done tonight. Match the Kings' intensity. I think that is going to be the biggest thing, is whoever comes out hitting harder in this first 10 minutes of the hockey game, right? Ultimately, it was the Kings in the first 2 minutes, but the Oilers quickly silenced that. Tonight, though, it's very much so up to the Oilers to come out heavy and hard on the body and see what the Oilers can kind of bring from that and try and gain momentum right out of the gate this evening, as... you don't want to fall behind early against the Kings tonight. It's kind of a detriment if you do, because the Kings will very easily just ride that momentum wave, as they did at times in that Game 1, right? It's playoffs are a game of momentum, and for the Oilers tonight, if they can ride on Game 1 and kind of get that early goal in Game 2, get another one somewhere midway through the first period, let me tell you, that's going to do a lot of good. Gav, welcome aboard. Glad to have you in the chat this evening, as we are cheering on the Oilers for game number 2 against the LA Kings this evening. Looking forward to seeing them hopefully take the 2-0 series lead and see where we go from there. Friends, I'm telling you about the nervous stomach. The nervous stomach is telling me I should go get something in there to settle it. So give me just a moment here. I'm going to go grab an Oreo, and I will be right back. My apologies, friends. Like I said, that nervous stomach acting up tonight for some reason. I sure as heck didn't feel that near as bad in game one, but I guess the reality is for the Oilers tonight, there is a chance to do something good, go up 2-0, and really have a special start to the playoffs. You win game one at home, you do something you haven't done since 2017, go up 2-0, and then really just go out there and start making your mark on the NHL playoffs, more or less. So excited to see what the Oilers can manage here tonight, and obviously what the Oilers can do against the LA Kings early on in this one to really give us that hope that they are going to pound through and really go to work for us this evening. So friends, we're closing in on the 8 o'clock hour. 15 minutes to go. $1:31 to go in this third period between the Leafs and the Bruins. The Leafs down a goal, empty net, a whole shebang as they look to try and tie this one up late inside the Bruins zone off an icing call, missing that empty net down at the other end just moments ago. As this is where playoff hockey is at its best, right? The puck bouncing around in the offensive zone. The Bruins just high-sticked it down. You like to see that for the Leafs. I said I'm not a huge Leafs fan, but again, when it comes down to cheering for Canada, the Leafs are on that list, and I do a little bit of it just simply because it would be nice to see that all-Canadian Cup final at some point one day, whether it be this year or someday soon. And I think the Leafs, out east at least, are our best bet at that all-Canadian Cup final at the current moment, based on kind of where the other two franchises, the Canadiens and the Sens, are at in their rebuilds, I guess you could say. So we'll see what happens here for the Oilers tonight, as this one will hit. Oh my goodness, that may be the bounce the Toronto Maple Leafs are looking for. That one hit the post, and John Tavares is going to go in the box here. But 3-2 for the Bruins, and the Leafs are now short-handed towards the end of this hockey game. That just got a whole bunch more interesting, definitely, as Tavares got tangled up, and then that shot from out of the zone right off the middle of the post. Yikes, as the holding call there against John Tavares. That's going to hurt the Leafs here late, but obviously they get a good going in the offensive zone, pull the goalie, they get back to 5-on-5, and maybe find a way to get this job done. But I guess you can't really say they're done. The Bruins are going to take the time out and really try to capitalize on the power play here to put it away 4-2. Like I said, I assume the Bruins are about to win this hockey game 4-2 at the end of the day, but Leafs still have some work to do here on this 1:04 on the clock in the third period of game number 3 between the Leafs and Bruins, right? They started a full 2 days earlier than the Oilers, so they've kind of got the advantage of having played one extra game already in the playoffs. And it'll be the Eastern Conference who's zipping along in the playoffs a little bit faster than us this year, as they'll be the ones starting the series every single time looking like it. As 33 shots, 30 shots for the Leafs, so everything's pretty even there right now between the two teams. 37-9 career playoff record when Marchand scores a goal in the playoffs. Whew. Boston Bruins are absolutely lethal. What is that? That is a 4-1 win ratio, so 80% or thereabout for the Boston Bruins, just above 80%, but still nonetheless very impressive numbers in favor of the Boston Bruins. They've got, well, just pretty much a game of keep away from the Leafs to play. They've turned over the puck, however, back the other way. Matthews coming on the attack, tries to drag it across the line. It's broken up by the Leafs, who will, well, lose 4-2. No, actually, sorry, that hit the side of the net. It went to the empty net again, hit the side of the net, and then Marchand secures the 4-2 victory right there, pushing to the front. There you have it. There is the final score of the game for the Boston Bruins. There it is at the end of the day, a 4-2 final, as I figured it would be this evening, given that the Boston Bruins, with 8 minutes to go in that third period, went up 3-2. That just made sense that it was going to be kind of one of those games. So, ooh, bless me. That one snuck up on me here, as it's going to be hopefully a good night now if I've sneezed. So, is there anything else that we have to really mention here? So I don't think there is, as it looks like everything is pretty much squared away for the Boston Bruins and the Toronto Maple Leafs tonight. The LA Kings calling up all of their reinforcements from the AHL. Getting a whole bunch of guys up from the AHL level, as a whole bunch of guys just joined up, and we'll see what they do with that here in this this first round against the Boston Bruins. Their bench very deep, we know that very well. So I don't think there's really anything else to go, as it's just kind of a big let's go Oilers atmosphere at the downtown lot right now, as everything is about to wrap up for the pregame edition. Obviously, we're 7:50. We're just about to get to that 8 o'clock hour, that magical 8 o'clock hour, friends, and then it's game on for the Oilers around 8:20. We'll sing the anthem, as we'll see the Oilers get underway here, as the Bruins and Leafs winding down the last 10 seconds. The interesting part is going to be see how my voice holds up tonight. I was a little shocked, actually, and how my voice kind of started wavering there at the end of the live stream last time out. We did go for 3 hours and 45 minutes that last game out, right? I think the game portion was about 2 hours and 45 minutes, and the pregame, postgame portion was about an hour. So we'll see kind of how it breaks down tonight, as the Oilers and Kings are about to renew rivalries. Friends, we're up to 67 of you aboard in the stream. If you haven't left a like on the stream yet, make sure to do that. I tell you, I'll wink at you even to try and convince you to do that, because we want to get the full effect, especially if we go to overtime this evening. At the same rate as well, Cam Talbot starts a .605 goals against average and an .864 save percentage for Cam Talbot against the Oilers in Game 1. Stuart Skinner the win, 4.0 goals against average and an .892 save percentage for Stuart Skinner. So he's looking to build on what was a strong first, I want to say, 45 minutes of that hockey game. So hopefully he can get that going here tonight. So Ace, good evening to you as well. And as we get Northern Farm Girl in here as well, missing a couple of chats coming in, but obviously just trying to recap what's happening with the Bruins and the Leafs at the end of the day here as they go to the dressing rooms. The Bruins victorious in game number 3 to take a 2-1 lead. That being, the Leafs will respond and win game 4. And then we go back to Boston for the Leafs to take the Bruins to take a 3-2. Leafs respond at home. And then game 7, crushing heartbreak, as is the script for the Toronto Maple Leafs fans. So we'll see where that ultimately actually plays out, but I assume that is how it will go, as it always seems to between those two teams. A good series for the television makers, you could say, as we go here, friends. Just our first check on the watch time, which again we will look to try and get towards that almighty 500-hour mark, right? That's the big mark in the playoffs. If you hit that, you're doing well. And last time out hitting 505, so we'll see tonight if we can try and double up on that a little bit and get up to 550, 565, somewhere in there. We're already up over 15 hours on the stream this evening. So Sandbox Liz, welcome aboard. As in New Zealand, they're showing the Bruins and Leafs, and then Stars in Vegas. Yeah, you have to flip over to ESPN2. ESPN2 this early round series will have the Oilers and Kings night in, night out, from everything I understand about the broadcast schedule in, of course, the US. I guess that would be ESPN2, right? As David, definitely hoping the best there as well as we continue to roll along here this evening, friends. I'm seeing a bunch of you join in, so again, we'll refresh what we already know. What we know is Cam Talbot is starting for the LA Kings once again, and so too is Stuart Skinner for the Edmonton Oilers. It is the same lineups night in, night out from Game 1 to Game 2 for the Edmonton Oilers and LA Kings, so everything will be the exact same for everything here. So let's go here and quickly check over the stats in the back end here. Sorry, friends, just trying to monitor everything and then go to the Twitter machine, make sure we haven't missed anything, if at all, here on the old social medias that would indicate where we're at after all this time. As I think we are good to go here, as we will see the Bruins. Yep, the Bruins took the 4-2 lead, so we are ready to rock and roll for the 8 o'clock hour. Just about 5 minutes to go until things get underway here for the Oilers and Kings, the official, I guess, game day coverage by Sportsnet, Hockey Night in Canada, whatever they call it nowadays. So I heard today Amazon's actually picking up some broadcast news for the NHL for Monday night's coverage, so that'll be interesting to see kind of who they get to host all that up here in Canada for us. So Monday nights will be an interesting go, of course. Now Sportsnet kind of alleviating some Monday night matchups over to Amazon for the next 2 years. The rest of the deal with the NHL broadcast rights up here in Canada. Edmonton and LA coming up. Edmonton obviously looking to score the 2-0 series lead here on top of the LA Kings. That would be the ideal this evening. CG, welcome aboard as we are rolling along here tonight. So, yeah, I don't think there is anything else going on. There you go. Albert, welcome in as well. As we're getting everybody in here, as everybody trickles into this pregame edition, friends. I wish I had more for you. I ultimately really don't. There isn't much to really make of this Oilers-Kings Game 2 because it's the same lineup, same goalies, same everything from the first night of the series. So it'll be interesting to see kind of which team decides to come out harder in the first period and decide to try and dictate the hockey game right from the start, because that's ultimately who's going to make the difference here this evening. As the Oilers need to definitely be equal to the task. Whatever LA brings against us tonight, we have to be ready to match every single shift. Ape, welcome aboard as well, as tuning in from Nova Scotia. Hope everything is good out there on the east coast this evening of Canada as we get set for Game 2, looking to make it 2-0 in this one, as we're about to see the Oilers and Kings get underway here at 8:20, I think, is the official puck drop for this one. Again, if it's anything like game number 1 of the series. Boston getting things going this evening, as we got just some information I got to pass along here. There we go. Good to go. Should be flying. So, friends, CG, thank you so much for doing that, friends. If you haven't hit that like button yet, make sure to do that. That's just one of those things that kind of gets everything a little crazier towards the end of the stream. Brad, welcome in from Saskatchewan this evening as we're getting things rolling here this evening, and Patrick coming in with a little bit of joke in there. You'll love to see it. Patrick obviously in a good mood as we're about set for game number 2 tonight as the Oilers fanatic joins the chat, friends. We are just about ready to queue up the Oilers and Kings on Sportsnet here in a few brief moments. They're going to take their time, obviously, getting to it. Mr. Doom, welcome in as well. And what I will tell you all back home, I'm a little nervous tonight. Actually, I'm dealing with a little bit of a nervous stomach, to be honest with you. It's something that I didn't really know I had in me, but for some reason, yeah, the nervous stomach is kind of where we're at. Just a little bit of butterflies tonight, and I don't know if it's the stream or I don't know if it's the I don't know if all told it is actually the hockey game doing it to me tonight. We'll find out. Sorry, friends. Like I said, a little bit different feel tonight than it was going into game 1. Game 1, I had a pretty certain feeling. Tonight, it's a lot about the Oilers having to respond as soon as the Kings test you, and a lot about pushing back against the Kings on every shift as well. So we're about to get things going here this evening. So it's the Oilers and Kings in a matter of a few moments here. Obviously, it's 8 o'clock just now. It's just 7:59 actually on the clock as Elliot Friedman, Kelly Rudy, and Kevin BX that talk things over with us. As we're sitting nervous here ahead of game number 2 of the series. There's a whole bunch of Oilers fans in the center area there of Ford Hall getting ready to line up and get into the hockey game, friends. We are at the first commercial break of, I guess, the official broadcast here this evening for the Oilers and Kings. Like I'm saying, if you are just tuning in, thank you so much for being aboard this evening. What I will tell you is to make sure to hit that like button here this evening, simply because you want to do that as you want to get rowdy and crazy towards the end of the hockey game and really have a good time. Trust me, that is what we learned last year, the key to doing it. So as well, if you're new to the channel, I'd encourage you here to hit the subscribe button. You'll see quickly, as soon as puck drop hits, kind of what the shtick is for the playoffs and throughout the regular season and stuff while we're live here on Dolynny TV, simply doing the play-by-play. It's something I've done for, well, as of the end of March. It's 10 years since my first play-by-play call of some hockey, and that takes me back to Grand Prairie, the Cold Lake Ice Junior B playoffs in 2014 that would have been. So now all of a sudden 2024 just finished up the U15 female tier 1 provincials in Cold Lake, and it was a good, wonderful time. And now we'll try and sit here and replicate that success here in round 1 against the LA Kings. Friends, welcome aboard this evening. I'm seeing just a bunch of you tuning in left, right, and center as we get things started. So yeah, it's interesting as we go along here this evening. Jay, welcome in as well, as we're rolling here this evening, and we're going to see where we go from here tonight going into game 2. Obviously, the Kings likely to have a huge impact in this hockey game's finish. Right, I think the Oilers very well just took advantage of their terrible play for the Kings early on in the hockey game. But tonight, I think the Kings are going to have a much better play rate of the game. So we'll see probably a little bit better hockey from the LA Kings, and that'll probably be a little bit different of a situation for the Oilers tonight as the game goes along. But yeah, we'll continue to roll along here this evening, friends, as we're about to obviously roll into the pregame portion, I think, on Sportsnet. 8:02 to go here on the clock, as puck drop, like I'm saying, is about 8:20 this evening. Stuart Skinner leading the Edmonton Oilers out for warm-ups this evening as he's going to get us going for tonight, that's for sure. And yeah, you see here, as we'll refresh these again, we'll flash these one more time here on the pregame program. So we'll go here, and you have it. So too that the Edmonton Oilers had big contributions from all 4 of these guys last game out. So we'll see what the Oilers can do for us this evening. So we continue to roll along. Matt, welcome in, as I'm excited for the live stream as well this evening. I'm expecting big things from the Edmonton Oilers, so we'll see what the Oilers can do for us tonight. As I don't know what the cat just found. He's going to scoop it up and have a snack. As yeah, that's where we're at right now, friends. And Jesse, welcome aboard. Oilers fan reaction, welcome aboard as well, as we are about set for game number 2. We've got the pregame intro on Sportsnet right now, friends. We are ready to get things going here for tonight's hockey game, as the Edmonton Oilers and LA Kings ready to get things going for what should be a very good hockey game tonight. One might think, as like we're saying, the LA Kings probably about to come out with a much better effort, and the Oilers just have to be ready to match it and exceed it this evening. So, yeah, that's where we're at. So, we are rolling along this evening, and we'll see where the Oilers can kind of take things tonight. As the Oilers should be set for puck drop, like I'm saying, around 8:20, friends. If you're wondering when the hockey game starts, that's when you want to know. It's Shadow 11:30 out here on the Rocks, so I won't get to watch or listen much, but I will give her as much as possible this evening. I think I gave it to the point that my voice started wearing thin on me last game. That was an interesting conundrum we hadn't had happen in a long while, as yeah, we're going to get the cat back up in the lap here and see what the Oilers and Kings want to do for us this evening, as we're just waiting for this hockey game now officially to get underway, friends, as we'll quickly check the watch time here as we hunt down that 500 watch hours number, as we go over here and quickly check that at 2.7. Well, how about that? We are up at 36.27, so we're rolling along here. We are just about, well, just about to 1/10 of the way through, and we should be more than a 10th of the way through by puck drop. And then obviously it's how much period number 1 brings home for us against the LA Kings, as we're watching highlights of Zach Hyman's heroics in game 1, which was the hat trick for the Edmonton Oilers. I have seen a lot of scores in the 4 to 6 range for the Edmonton Oilers tonight. I expect it to be a little bit more of a tighter hockey game. I think maybe an empty netter again factors in for the Oilers this evening. Gene Principe's got all of Zach Hyman's hats up in the broadcast booth with him this evening. So we'll see what Zach Hyman and the Edmonton Oilers can do for an encore tonight. Drew Doughty, obviously a factor on the LA Kings, kind of yelling at some guys after that game 1 loss, going to the bench, pretty upset with the effort there from his team at times. Drew Doughty, a guy who visibly wears the game on his sleeve, so you know that's going to be a big turning point if he all of a sudden starts deciding to be a factor every single shift for the LA Kings. So we'll see what happens here, friends. We are just about set. We are just about set for this Edmonton Oilers hockey game. We're picking up momentum here towards puck drop. Obviously, the Oilers and the Kings, it's going to be a good hockey game this evening, I will tell you that much for sure. So we'll see if the Oilers can figure out a way to get this job done tonight, as it's going to be a long night, right? We're up till 11:30 again this evening, but we'll get it going. So I don't think there is anything else to really mention here tonight for the Edmonton Oilers. It looks like yeah, I don't think there's anything else really to mess around with. I think we are good to go here, as yeah, I think we're good. I think we are flying, friends. I think we are ready for the hockey game this evening. Donald, welcome aboard. as everybody's still kind of guessing those high-scoring antics from the Edmonton Oilers. I'm not saying that's a bad guess, because I think that's a very good guess, that if the Kings try to push too hard, they're going to, like they did in Game 1, get blown apart by the Edmonton Oilers attack. So, yeah, we'll see what the Edmonton Oilers can do for us in this first period. Obviously, we're just on commercial break, but then we'll get to the anthems and all the pregame portion and stuff, and then we will get to puck drop and do all the good stuff here this evening, as the cat is really missing my love. You know, it's been a lot of behind the scenes work here this past few days. Obviously, getting the live streams up, getting everything kind of squared away at home for playoff time, which is more or less, I can't sit still when I come home on game day in the playoffs. So a lot of stuff goes by the wayside, friends, and it kind of becomes one of those situations where you got to at some point kind of get stuff done. So on those off days, I'm really diligent about getting stuff done and trying to make up for the lack of housekeeping, I guess you could say I do, during playoff game days. I think today, thankfully, my Disney Plus show, they had that out there, so I was watching that tonight and trying to calm the nerves before Game 2, but I don't think we did too good of a job, so we'll see what happens tonight. As everybody, welcome aboard here this evening as you're just joining in. Daniel, Anime, welcome into the chat, as Margaret as well, missing you just a moment ago as we are about set for game number 2. The panel just talking things over one more time. The Oilers lead the Kings 1-0, as Oilers fans are standing in the crowd right now, cheering everything on as we are about set for what will be this hockey game tonight. The Oilers and Kings getting set for game number 2, friends. The referees on the ice, there is, of course, none other than some Oilers fans on our screen right now, as we are about set for this Oilers game to get underway. No, please do not scratch the new chair, cat. That would not be good at all, as we are just about, I think, 11 minutes away from puck drop, or thereabout, whatever it might take. Actually, puck drop might be 8:15 today. The way the boys are coming down the tunnel, Stuart Skinner leading the Oilers out of the tunnel here, and I think we are going to drop the puck a little bit sooner than scheduled on my brain tonight for the Edmonton Oilers and everything here this evening. Jeff, welcome in as well, as we're rolling along tonight. We are just about set for this Edmonton Oilers game to get underway, as the LA Kings pumping things up in the tunnel. The Oilers hitting the ice now. The Oilers do lead the series 1-0, looking to grab their first 2-0 lead in a series since 2017 against the Anaheim Ducks. That almost doesn't sound like a good thing, but you know, the Oilers should be equal to the task, and we should be ready to rock and roll this evening against a very good LA Kings team that's going to come hard and heavy at us throughout the early part of the first period, as I assume they're wanting a little bit of vengeance for what took place in game number 1, the heavy 7 goals against for the LA Kings that game. So here we go, Justin. Welcome in as well, as we are ready for this Oilers game to get underway, friends, tonight, as the Oilers and Kings set to renew rivalry once again. They have played, a grand total of 13 playoff games over the past 2 years, now 14 on the ledger in 3, and this is number 15 over the past 3 years here this evening. So the Oilers and Kings ready to rock and roll. Gene Principe brings us back on camera here, just about ready for puck drop between the Oilers and Kings. First the anthems, and of course the land acknowledgement from Chief Willie Littlechild as we get things set up for tonight's hockey game. The Oilers' record at home, regular season and playoffs, 29-9-4, third in the league. Goals per game, 4.9, second. Goals against per game, 262, seventh. Power play percentage, 34.2, that is first. The PK is fourth. So lots of big numbers there for the Oilers that tell us we should be in for an absolute dandy this evening. Vernon, welcome in as well, as we're tuning everybody in here this evening early and often. I figured we'd have a little larger of a crowd on a Wednesday night as opposed to a Monday night. Friends, if you're tuning in for the first time in the series, let me welcome you aboard. Game 1 was a blast as we get set up now for game number 2. Glad to have you. I will remind you right now, if you haven't already hit that like button on the stream, make sure to do that. Simply just get everybody crazy and into it for the end of the hockey game, as Chief Willie Littlechild hits the Jumbotron in Edmonton, down at Rogers Place, the Heart of Ice District in downtown Edmonton, as we are set for some hockey this evening, friends, as the Oilers are ready to get things going for Game 2 of the Stanley Cup playoffs here, as this is now an opportunity for everybody to get things going in the crowd early on this evening. Julio, welcome in as well, as it'll come to the anthems now, and this will be Rob Clark singing the anthems for us this evening, as we'll have things start to get underway here tonight. So we have just a little bit of a delay, as never mind, Brett Kissel will come out of the tunnel to sing the U.S. national anthem. That gets a huge roaring applause from the Edmonton Oilers faithful. And friends, let's do it. Brett Kissel singing the national anthem of the United States of America to start things off tonight. You know it's always a good night when Brett Kissel's in the building, and obviously a good Lakeland boy ready to rock and roll for the Edmonton Oilers this evening. The anthem's underway officially at Rogers Place. Rob Clark will be in the stands, set to get things going tonight, as we are about ready for this hockey game to get underway, friends. Like I said, puck drop just about 8:15, 8:20, somewhere in between there. We will have the Edmonton Oilers and the LA Kings officially kick off game number 2 of the series. Welcome into Dolynny TV. Thank you so much for being aboard here tonight, friends. I will tell you, make sure to hit that subscribe button here on the channel this evening if you want to come back for game 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 if it takes that. And obviously throughout the rest of the playoffs for the Edmonton Oilers tonight. I will send you right now, as we go through the anthems, one last commercial break before we get into things officially here this evening for the Edmonton Oilers, as we are set with Brett Kissel and the anthem for the United States to come to an end here, and we are just about set for hockey to get underway this evening. Magic, what does Lakeland mean? It's an area of Alberta out northeast of Edmonton, kind of go east of Edmonton is the slogan for a promo company for the area, pretty much advertising that there is some beautiful landscape north and east of Edmonton, Alberta. As we go here, friends, we are officially at 60 hours on the stream, so we're rolling. Rob Clark is ready to sing the anthems for us tonight, as he will take the crowd, and he is laughing way too much to get things going, as he gets a huge chant here from the Oilers faithful, who obviously applauding his efforts in the new video released by the Oilers tonight, as Robert Clark will sing the anthem for us this evening. And then of course the Edmonton Oilers will, well, the fans anyway, will sing us home the rest of the way. So here we go. Braden, welcome in, as we are about set to get things going this evening. So we are ready to rock and roll for tonight's hockey game. The Oilers faithful singing the anthem here this evening. And friends, we are just about set for this one. Puck drop in about 2 or 3 minutes, as Rob Clark's got the mic held high and the anthem is rocking at Rogers right now. Friends, it is going to be a good hockey game tonight. So we've got the Stanley Cup lady all decked out tonight, as this one will now be a opportunity to get things going for the Oilers and the Kings, as we're about set to things going. As oh man, the nerves are killing me tonight, friends. I'll be honest with you, the nervousness is killing me. They've got Joey on the Jumbotron, as is tradition at Rogers Place. Let's do this, friends. Let's finish this thing off. The Oilers and the Kings ready to do battle. You see that the scoreboard just flipping over to say 20 minutes and 0-0 on the scoreboard. We are set for Edmonton Oilers hockey this evening. So let's do it, as the Oilers, the Kings, renew rivalry one more time. Game 15 of the past 3 years in the playoffs. Cam Talbot playoff career 15-17, 261 goals against average, 919 save percentage here, as this one will go for the Oilers. And we will have Stuart Skinner in net, 6-6 in the playoffs, 371 goals against average. And here we go. Let's do this. Face off down at center ice. Kopitar against Draisaitl. Face off, one back to Cody Ceci. 9:57 to go. Tipped off the stick there, down low, in behind the Kings net. LA first ones to it. The Oilers trying to come up with this puck. A nice quick stick there by the LA Kings. Forces it down into the Oilers zone. Both teams with it, and I believe the puck is offside for the LA Kings. So we'll have a stoppage in play there right out of the gate. Just 19 seconds into the game, the puck had kind of bobbled up at the near side blue line and ended up going right there. So there we have it here, friends. 19:41 to go in the first period. 0-0 the score between the Edmonton Oilers and the LA Kings. And we're underway. We are officially underway. Let's get this going. The Oilers an offensive zone faceoff. It's an icing call actually here against the LA Kings. I must have missed that. They must have thrown it in just from the wrong side of center as the faceoff for Nugent Hopkins pushed into the far side corner inside the Kings zone. Immediately Fogle pins Doughty against the boards. It comes back near the side blue line, and this will be forced ahead by Byfield. He's got Ceci back. Byfield twists off Ceci. Ceci gets the stick in the lane. The puck continues to roll along the glass. The Oilers pick it up near side boards, force it into the Kings zone. Doughty's still out there early on in this hockey game. He's got the puck, looking to roll ahead as this one will come through the middle now for Doughty. Looking to the far side, he'll fire it in near side into the Oilers zone around the M boards. Turnover there from Bouchard, coming now for the Oilers back the other way. Hustling to it, Zach Hyman trying to pass it to the middle. Can't get it through cleanly. Connor McDavid couldn't gather it up back in the Oilers zone. The shot fired by Arvidsson, steered away by Stuart Skinner, as it's Henrique, McDavid, and Hyman up top for the Edmonton Oilers on the top line. And Hyman battling through, trying to push that puck past Arvidsson again. Just couldn't quite do it. So this one near side now for Gavrikov, as Gavrikov will look to make the play here and do this here, as there you have it. Big old TV at the Shark Club at the hotel in Kamloops, Alberta, as we're going to see the coverage for Dolynny TV coast to coast here this evening as we come now on to the Kings blue line. This one will be flipped back by the Kings back inside the Oilers zone. The start of the game, kind of just a little bit of a scramble all around here as this one comes back along the far side corner, picked up by the Oilers. McLeod will pass over to Perry, and here come the Oilers down the left wing. McLeod gets it back from Kane. Shot off the side of the net. Hit Talbot off the back and just couldn't quite find the back of the net for the Oilers as Perry drags around in behind the net. He gets slammed there by the Oilers' opponent, the LA Kings, right in front of the net, and then it's tapped out along the boards. And Prep, thank you so much for the super chat. Really do appreciate that as this comes down along the far side boards. And it'll be passed back down low in behind the net by the Kings, up through the middle now, right into the neutral zone, far side wing into the Oilers' end, shot towards Stuart Skinner. First one of the hockey game officially on the ledger. Just about 2.5 minutes in, the Kings start the hockey game the same way they did last time, getting the first shot. So there you have it. We'll see what happens here as Murph's going for the Kings. I can respect that. As we go here with 17.5 to go in the first period of play, we are just officially underway this evening, friends, as we will see the face-off to the left side of Stuart Skinner, obviously after freezing that puck there on the first shot of the game, as it's picked up now by the Oilers in behind. Darnell Nurse, though, had a guy driving him all the way into the boards, and this one goes to the far side as it's picked up by Ceci on the pass to the middle. He'll go to the far side and try and reconnect with Holloway over there. Instead, an icing call against the Edmonton Oilers, and there you have it, a stoppage in play with 17:17 to go in the first period. As friends, the commentary, it's going to take a few minutes to work out the kinks from earlier on in the live stream, just simply because I am a little nervous about this one tonight, and both the Oilers and Kings trying to get back to what makes them successful. For the Oilers, game one made them successful. For the Kings, bring back the boring hockey that the NHL fans know all too well. So this one tied up along the face-off as it's picked up now near side boards by the Oilers. Both teams battling there. 2 players in from each team. Third player in to help out is Leon Draisaitl, trying to cover it up and get it going the other way, as it's a nice nifty pass ahead to Nugent Hopkins, who will flip up off the boards and get it over to Dylan Holloway. Holloway quickly, the first one to it, trying to spin and turn that around to Holloway, or to Draisaitl, couldn't quite do it, and the Kings quickly pass it up through the middle. The Oilers get the steal right at the blue line, turn it back at their own goal line, back the other way. Kopitar picks off a pass, a shot from Kempe, from the slot scores, and the LA Kings jump out to a 1-0 lead on a bad turnover at the high point, just like that. 16:41 remaining in the first period, and the LA Kings, exactly what the Oilers couldn't afford to do. Well, the Edmonton Oilers could not afford to fall down against the LA Kings, and unfortunately that's exactly what happened here. So now the Oilers chasing the game the rest of the way here until they even it up and get up 2-1 or whatever the case might be. But that is a tough break at the blue line there for Bouchard. Just a little bit of lackadaisical play there, trying to get that one back out, and couldn't quite do it. So now the Oilers down a goal here. The LA Kings with a goal waved off last game, by the way, as well. So definitely could have been a much different outcome had that counted, as this is going to be flipped in. Kempe with his second of the playoffs already for the LA Kings from Kopitar, his first assist. This puck bouncing up along the boards is picked up by the LA Kings, bounced off an Oilers skate inside the Oilers zone, right wing, bounced up along the boards and picked up now by Hyman to the far side. The Oilers cross the Kings line as the Oilers top line tries to respond here. Hyman driven into the boards right along where the referee was standing, couldn't work out for the Kings as Connor McDavid gets the puck back. McDavid back to the middle of the ice, now picked up by Bouchard, far side over to McDavid, back to Bouchard. Top line opportunity here as the puck's bouncing around inside the Kings zone on a point shot from Bouchard. Back down low, forced by the Oilers. A couple of good passes through traffic. McDavid dodges one man, back to Bouchard, right back out there after the goal against. 15:43 to go. The shot by Ekholm fired up off a body and into the stands out of play as Ekholm turfs Arvidsson, and that's going to draw a crowd here as Arvidsson didn't quite like what Ekholm had to say either, and they just kind of dust up there as Ekholm kind of gave it a little bit of a, extra shot after the whistle there on Arvidsson. So here we have it, friends. We have 1-0 deficit for the Oilers, but I will tell you, against the LA Kings, that doesn't exactly scare me. As wow, Ekholm really just crumpled Arvidsson there. Arvidsson, though, was quick to rather bounce right back up, so we'll see if that starts a little bit of animosity here in this hockey game. And now with 15:39 to go, this first period takes an interesting turn, down 1-0 for the Oilers, but the Kings also have a little bit of pressure here not to give up the lead, so we got to get that job done. As this is going to be a shot towards the net, up over top. The Oilers will roll it off the near side boards. Perry back down low to Kane. Kane leans on his man but can't get him going the wrong direction, as it'll be flipped up over top of Vinny Desharnais. Desharnais working down low, claps it over to Brett Kulak. I was about to say Brett Kissel because of who sang the anthem earlier on this evening for the United States of America, as this one comes back up off the boards, picked up now by Desharnais. Down low it comes to the LA Kings, up along the wall, back and freed there by the Oilers, and it'll be fired down low now to Cam Talbot. 15:00 to go. Talbot with the turnover. The Oilers quickly try to seal it off. Near side post, couldn't do it. Tapping it home, trying to at least, was Evander Kane on that opportunity as the Oilers back hand this one down low. Comes off the boards. The shot fired by Kane. Save made as the Oilers' third line getting some opportunities in here and looking good doing it. McLeod back to the middle, tipped in on net, but I think it hit one Matthias Janmark in front as Kane will flip it up along the boards. Can't keep it in. The Oilers at the blue line as Carrick and Nurse aid each other. As this one comes to the near side corner, picked up by Darnell Nurse. Nurse will come out of the corner far side, pick it up along the left wing. Oilers cross the zone and get inside the Kings territory. Down low it comes, tap past Carrick. Ceci with the pinch. Carrick looking back to Ceci, trying to keep this puck alive as Ceci will have a man fall on it. Carrick trying to do his best here, and it goes to the far side wing, and Doughty backhands in behind now for Mikey Anderson, the first goal scorer for the LA Kings in this series. 13:53 to go. Kempe across the line fires the puck up over top of the net, and that went into the netting by the looks of it, but it falls on the playing surface and we play on as it goes behind the Oilers net. Near side now for Kempe. Another hard hit there from Ekholm, who has come out with a pretty aggressive mandate of throw the body and make sure that the guys on the other team feel you out there, as Stuart Skinner swallows up a puck in front from a shot from the LA Kings, and we'll have a stoppage in play with just over 6 minutes gone in this hockey game's first period. A good opportunity at the side of the net there for the Oilers, and then another good look right in front as the third line just could not cash in the goals, unfortunately, as the Oilers had like I said, a good couple of whacks away at it and just couldn't find the back of the net. Friends, I'm feeling bad for those friends that tuned in to the Game 1 live stream. 30 of them gone over there so far. 16 friends have tuned in to the LA or Vegas Golden Knights live stream from earlier tonight or earlier this season, and the LA Kings live stream from last year as well has 5 views. So tough go, but friends, if you've just found me after all that exploring, thank you so much for being here tonight. Really do appreciate you hanging out with me this evening. As we were saying last time out, the goal was 15,250 subscribers. We aced that quite handily. If you're new to the channel, I encourage you to hit that subscribe button here on Dolynny TV. Stick around for games 3, 4, 5, 6, whatever, 7 maybe if it's necessary. As we go along in this playoff series, I'd love to have you aboard. And of course, the goal tonight, 15,300. I think it's pretty simple. Anything above that, we're going to be flying for these NHL playoffs, I will tell you that. The goal is, by the end of the playoffs, to be about 17,500. So we'll see how close to that we can get going here throughout the playoffs. And friends, we'll update the watch time, as there's really not much to update from the Oilers' point of view. Stuart Skinner obviously has stopped the puck every other time he's been given the task. So that's good, other than the first one of the hockey game that got past him there. So don't worry about it too much, as we are at 87.8 hours on the stream. Of course, trying to hit a grand total of 500 watch hours on the stream this evening as well, friends. So if you have to head out to do something in the kitchen or go take the garbage out, don't mind me if I ask you to leave the live stream on for that extra few seconds, as that would be greatly appreciated on the back end of the Dolynny TV live streams this year round. So we continue along here tonight, friends, as it is just showing a couple of highlights here of Stuart Skinner being beat by the LA Kings, I think Adrian Kempe, as this is going to be a penalty against the LA Kings for tripping inside the Oilers zone. A 200-foot penalty for the LA Kings will give the Oilers lethal power play. They're operating at 75% to start these NHL playoffs. Give the Oilers power play an opportunity to get to work here early on in this hockey game tonight. Looking forward to seeing what we have in store, as that's just a kind of tough break for the LA Kings, just to push against the legs of the LA Kings that down the Oilers defender, I think Brett Kulak, on that play. So off there, Denise, welcome aboard, and same to you, Rio, as the Oilers power play to work almost immediately. Wraparound opportunity, side of the net. Leon Draisaitl is stuffed. Bouchard with the blast. Can't get it cleanly on net. And the Oilers back out to the neutral zone. Bouchard rolling around far side over to Nugent Hopkins now for Draisaitl. Draisaitl will work this back to Nuge. Comes free at the top point for Connor McDavid, spinning off the check right to the middle of the ice. Draisaitl looking for this puck, looking to get this job done. He will sneak down low over to Nugent Hopkins. Nuge back to the point for Bouchard. Back to Nuge near side. Down low to Draisaitl. The Kings just not giving Draisaitl that room on the right wing inside their zone, as here's McDavid off the wall back to Draisaitl along the goal line, as Draisaitl will look to make the pass back to the point. He'll fake it off, and then it comes back. The one-timer from Draisaitl blocked in front. We've seen him take that shot from a couple of angles this series already. That one, though, did not work out from the high dot area, as Bouchard, with 57 seconds to go, 12:20 on the clock in the first period, will load the attack up one more time for Connor McDavid, the Oilers' top unit. One last chance here to get across the line and set up zone time. Kopitar quickly takes Nugent Hopkins along the boards. McDavid swoops in to steal the puck. McDavid spinning off the boards, looking to the near side. Now down low for Hyman. The shot fired. Talbot, the save, and swallowed up. So there you have it. 12:01 to go in the first period of play, and we have a stoppage right there as a big-time save from Cam Talbot in front. So that was a good looking shot from Hyman. If he would have slid it just up over top of the stick, he might have had a goal there. 12:01 to go in this first period. 36 seconds in the power play. The third line, or whatever you want to say, the second power play line, will get an opportunity here to get the face-off one. They do. Big goal here from them would be absolutely massive, as this is going to instead be picked off, and Darnell Nurse has to rush back the other way against Philip Deneau, who's penalty killing for the LA Kings with 24 seconds to go in the LA Kings. Quinton Byfield's penalty, as this is Perry off the end wall, picked up by Darnell Nurse. 11:40 remaining in this first period. Nurse over to the far side, picked up and fired back in by the Oilers as time winds down on the power play. Perry with a steal, tries to get it off the end wall. Kings gather it right back, fire it down the length of the ice all the way to Stuart Skinner inside his own zone. He will leave it there for Mattias Ekholm. And friends, we will continue to play on here early on in this hockey game as McLeod across the line taps it inside the Kings zone. Roy takes a hard bump there from McLeod, and then the puck hits the referee, comes back to McLeod off the pass from Perry, near side right wing inside the LA Kings zone. Shot fired, tipped in front there by the Oilers, couldn't get it in on Cam Talbot. And now the Oilers looking to try and get across the line here as McLeod stole the stick out of Perry's hands. Perry thought he was guilty of hooking and then essentially just dropped the stick to try and avoid a penalty against his own teammate as this one comes down low inside the Oilers zone on a flip. We'll have an icing call with 10:45 to go in this first period of play. Friends, welcome aboard. If you're just tuning in, thanks for being here on Dolynny TV this evening. Appreciate you hanging out with me tonight as we continue to roll along in game number 2. The Oilers down 1-0 against the LA Kings early on in this hockey game. An unfortunate turnover for Evan Bouchard, which I'm sure is going to get a lot of discussion, especially if the Oilers lose this game and it's a close game down like 3-1, 2-1, whatever the case might be, 2-0. Hey, the Oilers still haven't scored. McDavid's talking to the referee, barking at him. Hyman's barking at the referee. As there's something being said possibly on the LA Kings bench that McDavid and Hyman are not fans of here, as both teams are talking things over here, and Louis DeBrusk's getting things going as he's trying to figure this out here as there seems to be a little something on the LA Kings bench. Doughty goes off for the change, as I think maybe the Oilers were arguing that it was a late change by the road side, and that's why they should have different guys on the ice, possibly that. 10:45 to go in this first period as it'll be McDavid to take the face-off against Pierre-Luc Dubois in the face-off. As this will be fired back down low as McDavid battling along the wall, picked up now by Hyman as it'll be forced deep, but the Kings able to come up with it as it comes back the other way now for Fiala. Shot fired towards the net. Picked up now by Mattias Ekholm. 10:27 to go. Pass over to the near side for Bouchard. Batted down low again. Picked up by McDavid as he rushes ahead. McDavid through traffic. Just about pulled the 5-man attack just all by himself as this Hyman taken down in front. No call up coming on the trip there on Hyman, as Hyman kind of leaned into that one and pushed forward anyway as it comes all the way for Bouchard inside his own zone. Batted now for Dylan Holloway up along the wall as he will flip inside the Kings zone. Glove hand pass. That'll immediately be whistled down as Deneau tried to play it as quick as possible to maybe fool the referee and linesman, but couldn't do that there. So Harold, welcome back, and James, welcome aboard as we get things rolling here in this first period midway through, friends. We are rolling along tonight again. What I will tell you, if you're back for game 3 or 4 here, you want to come back, easy way to find the live stream, go to your subscribe tab and figure that out is if you hit that subscribe button here on Dolynny TV just below the stream, or on your TV if you flip up on your dial and you just kind of flip over to the channel icon in the tools bar there, you'll find the old, well, what can you say, the old channel logo, and you just flip up, hit the OK button on that and hit subscribe. But friends, as I will also say, for those of you that can't hit that subscribe button here on the stream, just simply because you don't have a YouTube account, but you're watching anyway, I do appreciate you being aboard. I don't feel I speak to you enough on that front, but I do appreciate everybody tuning in, hanging out with me, and of course, being a part of the fun that is the NHL playoffs. I won't lie, right? Obviously, the bigger the numbers in the chat, and obviously watching the live stream, that is a pretty exciting thing on my side. Friends, same rate, if you haven't hit that like button yet, make sure to do that here this evening as we gun towards the, well, what will be the third period of this hockey game. It's a 1-0 LA Kings game, so there's lots to be decided here tonight yet. And Smurfy, welcome in as well. Glad to have you aboard as we roll along this evening, friends. One other check. We're on commercial break. That's why I'm yammering on about nothing. But as we go here, one quick check of the old watch time shows us we are at 107.3 hours. Now, when you divide out 500 by technically 4 periods, you need about 125 a period. So by the end of the first period of play. We should be hopefully as close to 250 as possible, and that'll kind of give us our barometer of where we're going to be by the end of tonight's action. As the LA Kings getting things going for a 1-0 lead early on in this hockey game. Jim, Bouchard needs to put that off the glass. Well, I will tell you, Bouchard needed to, no matter what he did with that puck, play it a lot harder than he did there. That was a pretty soft dump up the boards, I will tell you that much, as this is back to action now. 9:49 to go in this first period. 1-0 for the LA Kings, with the Oilers seeing the Kings fire it through center. It tips off a stick here and goes back inside the Oilers' zone. Nurse takes a bump. CC along the near side boards, picks it up for Carrick. And, of course, looking like maybe Adam Henrique in the middle of the ice there. I'm not sure who is out there currently with them, as Carrick's out there alongside Holloway, and I guess maybe Matthias Janmark would be the proper guess, Tyson. 9:20 to go in this first period of play as the Oilers battle along the near side boards inside their own zone against the LA Kings. CC up off a stick. We'll play this one ahead, and off another stick it comes in through the neutral zone. Carrick took a spill, couldn't continue on with it, as the Oilers will retrieve the puck inside their own zone. A much different pace to start this hockey game than we had early on in that first period against the LA Kings last time around. 4-3 is the score between the Oilers and Kings in the shot department, that is. And that is all told a much different story. It was the Kings that had like a 5-2 shot lead, only 15 minutes left in the first period last time around. So you got to see the Oilers get some more shots in this game. Same too could be said for the LA Kings, who want to see some more shots. They're going to fire one towards the net. It's blocked in front by Brett Kulak, who will try and lead the rush back the other way. He's got Draisaitl with him. But the LA Kings starting to get back to that boring hockey that we know they're capable of playing. And they're starting to get passes through. The Oilers starting to sit back a little bit more as well, as the game has to be weighted for both teams to come to them as opposed to go out there and get it based on the style we're seeing here. Midway through this first period of play, Desharnais near side pass over to McDavid. He's going to try and game breaker this one as the Kings interrupted the pass to the far side boards. The Oilers hammer it down low. Bouchard pinches, gets past him, but good coverage there from Hyman. Keeps the puck in good possession for the Oilers. Loading up, Connor McDavid again. Across the line, rushing down the right wing. Tapped off his stick, the Kings to center ice. Hyman with a nifty knockdown there. Keeps it alive for the Oilers, pushing into the near side corner. Good effort into the corner, but it's going to come free to the point now for Bouchard. Firing a shot towards the net. Can't get it through. Hyman trying to get inside position on Anderson. Couldn't do it. Near side puck now for McDavid, who throws a hip into Arvidsson and pins him and then buckles him along the boards, and Henrique gets to work as well as Hyman's trying to come up with this puck now. Everybody ties up near side corner. Fired out right there for the LA Kings. Back the other way. 7:07 to go here in this first period of play. The Oilers fight the other way, and kind of a tie up there as Ekholm comes free with the puck. And the Oilers will skate back the other way over to the near side pass from Ekholm. Comes off the tape of Kane. He can't get past Engelland. And now the Oilers will try and tap this one free at the blue line. Perry fires it back in. And here's the thing. The Oilers, without Doughty on the ice for the Kings, are going to be very content to dump it in. Shot from the slot for Corey Perry up over top of the net. But the Oilers will be very content to dump it in against the LA Kings as this game slows down. And they'll try and out-hustle them to the puck. The shot fired towards the net. Puck is going to go wide of the net back to the blue line. CC can't keep it on side. He will, though, however, get the bounce off the linesman and then a stoppage in play for some reason or another. But the LA Kings, where you got to beat them, where you got to take your chances, is dumping that puck in deep without Drew Doughty on the ice. If you have the puck, get it in deep, get speed down low, and try to beat the Kings below the hash marks, because if you do that, as we have seen the Oilers all season when they've done it well, have been very successful against the Kings in that right. So we'll see if that's the case again here tonight. The shot from Perry in front of the net had the whole right side of the net open, but just couldn't quite cash it home. As there was another opportunity, Carrick just couldn't spin it at the blue line of the LA Kings. He's fallen down a couple of times. He might have to get some edge work on the bench here at some point, as this will be tapped down low by Matthias Janmark over far side. Holloway staples his man against the boards. Picked up there and fought towards the net by the LA Kings. Went off a body to the blue line. The Oilers get it out and along the wall as it'll be flipped back now for the LA Kings the other way as they will come back inside the Oilers zone one more time. Desharnais fires it up along the wall near side for Kulak. Kulak over to Desharnais. 5:40 to go here in this first period of play. 4-3 the shots on goal for the Edmonton Oilers. Desharnais up the wall looking to fire this one inside the Kings zone. Battle along the wall again. Picked up by the Oilers one more time as the Kings tie it up and the Oilers try to free it up again. As both teams doing good work along the boards inside the Kings zone so far this hockey game. Not much coming off the boards, but once the Oilers find a way to break through, look out. As this is going to come back now for Fogle. Fogle fires the shot. Save made for the LA Kings. Back the other way now comes Kempe. Kempe to the far side for Kopitar. Backhanded in front. Kempe out of the air! Scores the second goal of his game tonight and puts the Kings up 2-0. That, I mean, you just tip your hat and say good work, as that is a beauty for Adrian Kempe out of the middle of the ice. And the referees lining up that was no goal in the stands, saying it was high sticking. But my goodness, what a goal there. Hand-eye coordination on another level there from Kempe as he comes out. As I think that is a good goal there for Kempe. Is this... Yeah, that's below the goal. That's below the crossbar, but oh boy, that's a tough break there as Kempe gets the stick free from Bouchard on the second whack. And that is going to be a 2-0 goal for the LA Kings. Like I said, the Oilers could not afford to fall down to the LA Kings here, but this one now a 2-0 lead for the LA Kings. Oh, and here is McDavid in behind the net. He's rolling around back to the point, trying to get this one free. McDavid spinning off a check down low now to Hyman. Shot up over top of the net. Now back down low for McDavid again. He will spin off the check one more time. Right in front. Henrique whacks away in the crease. It's scrambling. Connor McDavid across the line. Where is that puck? In the crease. Everybody jamming. It's free clearly. Nobody knows where it is. And we're going to have a wave by Hyman saying it's in. McDavid's trying to read if it's in. The referee's pointing around. I don't know what's going on there. But you got to figure that puck is in the net with how much time the referee let that one play. Is, if not, the Oilers should be getting a penalty shot here. That is a lot to take in if you are the referee right on the goal line there. So look at this one right here. Across the line it goes, and then everybody's waving and saying it's in and poking at it. And I got to see where that puck landed, as this one's going to be driven into the net here. Right there along the line, and then it's lost. I don't think you're ever going to find that puck, as they've got the crossbar view now for us. As maybe in behind Anderson there on the one take. We're going to look at it here as McDavid's pretty sure. He's saying there was a hand on the puck, if anything, as everybody in the stands are saying it's a good goal. As, yeah, I don't know if it's a... No matter what, it should be a delay of game penalty against the LA Kings, one would think. Cam Talbot in net. The referees taking issue here with the command center in Toronto. Friends, we've got our first major delay of the hockey game. You love to see it. Nothing like a little free bonus time on the stream as we get things going here this evening, friends. It's a 2-0 score for the... oh, that's just the stick there, but it's a 2-0 score for the LA Kings at current. The Oilers hoping they've cut it into the lead a little bit here. That would be good if that works out, but unfortunately I doubt it will, as it'll be no goal for the Edmonton Oilers. And we will keep going here. Is this a good opportunity for the Oilers to just keep the pressure up, though? That's all you got to do now, is you got to hope. You got to hope for the Oilers you can keep that last shift going and just pummel a puck into the net on this next face-off, as everybody was clawing away at that puck and nobody could quite find it in the crease, as they've got all the situation room information saying it's no goal for the Oilers. So we will have a chance now to get this going. A face-off inside the LA Kings zone for the Oilers. As this will be a key face-off, but instead, never mind, we'll go to commercial break instead, friends. So, delay in the game continues. I'll tell you right now, if you're new to the channel, consider hitting that subscribe button here on Dolynny TV, friends. The goal this evening is 15,300. Last I checked, we were at 15,267. So let's just quickly check where that lands us at, as we'll load this up here and see where we're at. As we're at 15,272. So there you have it, 15,272, 28 subscribers away from 15,300. We have a whole lot of hockey to go tonight to get us to where we need to be, so we should be fine and dandy for a good one. But yeah, we'll see what the Oilers can do this evening for this 2-0 deficit that we now find ourselves in. David, welcome aboard. Maximus, welcome aboard. So we're going to see what the Oilers have in store the rest of the way home in this last 4.5-ish minutes of this third period. And the big part is, as Donald's saying, it is only the first period all told. As I think the big thing here for the Oilers, like I'm saying, is you just have to take advantage of when Drew Doughty's not on the ice, and every chance you get to kind of push the LA Kings defense outside of Drew Doughty, you do it, because that's going to work out to be a lot of good stuff here for the Oilers. So hopefully that is the case, and we get things going. As Steve, welcome aboard. As well, you know, the big thing, like I said, for the Oilers is if they were to fall down against the LA Kings early in this hockey game, it was going to be an uphill battle the rest of the way. And right like that, it has been an uphill battle the rest of the way for the Oilers, now down 2-0. And there's a flashback to the old 2017 playoffs. And there you have it, the Corey Perry shenanigans of way back when against the Edmonton Oilers. As Corey Perry, a big-time enemy of the Oilers, but now a big-time friend of the Oilers. And friends, if we can stop dumping on Evan Bouchard. Again, the man did just have 4 assists last game, helping us win 7-4. So enough with the shenanigans here, as this one comes up over free now for Matthias Ekholm. Ekholm along the boards, freed up now in the center of the ice for Connor McDavid. McDavid over near side for Bouchard. He tries to dance around the man. Kempe reads the play. It'll be fired into the far side corner, picked up by the Kings' Lafreniere, as he will come out of the corner, fired towards Kopitar, and Stuart Skinner has to jump up and make the save on that puck and stop it with the shoulder with 3:55 to go in this first period of play. So here we have it, friends. The Oilers need a better effort in this period, but obviously, too, you can't just blame one guy for it all. The Oilers really haven't had much jam at all in this first period all told, other than one reviewable play. So we'll see where we're at, as this will be an opportunity now for the Oilers the rest of the way home to try and flip the script. Yeah, they've had 7 shots, but I think in that first period, the last game out, they had 15 or 16. So looking for a little bit more here in the last 3:52. The Oilers immediately fire it into the center ice, turn it back over to the LA Kings. Near side now for Perry, up along the glass there for Fiala. Fiala is going to be worked over by Cody Ceci. This is a big hit there from Dubois, knocks the man right down to the ground, and this will come back the other way to the blue line. Anglin reverses it back inside the Oilers zone. Byfield setting up the zone time again for the Kings. Fiala knocked down there by McLeod, and a shot from the short side angle there for the Kings, turned aside by Stuart Skinner. The Kings, though, only with 5 shots, 2 goals. Yes, I understand it, as the Oilers transition back across the line. Darnell Nurse leading the attack, trying to roll past the LA Kings. Firing now down low to Evander Kane, as this one comes off the wall. Picked up now by the Kings again. Fired back down low by the Oilers, as the Oilers just kind of can't set that opportunity in front. Kane fired, but it went off a body and wide, as Vinny Desharnais will pick this puck up, tipped back in to the LA Kings zone. Far side pass over to Drew Doughty. And this is where the nerves start setting in, right? You see the time winding down in this first period. My goodness, do the Oilers need a response here in this first period of play? Picked up by Desharnais along the boards now to Fogle. Far side bounce pass to Draisaitl. Draisaitl across the line. One-timer, scores! I believe that's Brett Kulak from the point on the pass from Draisaitl. Bing, bang, boom. It is 2-1 for the Edmonton Oilers. Just like that. That's a huge, huge, huge goal for the Oilers. And I second that. That is an oh yeah for the Edmonton Oilers this evening, getting it down to 2-1. Like I said, they needed a response, and they got it. The shot, shoulder, short side on Talbot from Brett Kulak, as that is a beauty of a shot over the shoulder, and my goodness, that one draws us back to 2-1. See, that is how important of a goal that was going to be for the Oilers to make it 2-1. And now you have a chance before the period's done to make it 2-2, as this will go to the far side for Kulak. Picked up by Desharnais. He'll fire along the boards again, and this line will try and turn it back the other way again one more time, as the second line finds a goal, as this will be fired down low again to the Oilers' Ryan Nugent-Hopkins. Goal announced now for the Oilers here, as this one bounces up off the boards, free in the middle of the ice. Arvidsson turns it free, this one back the other way. Shot on net for Doughty, pushed into the net by Ryan Nugent-Hopkins. And I mean, Drew Doughty was all over top of Stuart Skinner, but that one should count. 3-1 for the LA Kings. Awake, good evening to you. Thank you for being aboard here tonight. Cheering for the goal that just happened for the Oilers, but now the LA Kings just scored as well. As Doughty just crashes right into Stuart Skinner. You got to figure that's goalie interference if that puck's not across the line early already. And no, that Stuart Skinner was already done trying to save that puck by the time Doughty crashed. So never mind. Stuart Skinner had no hope on that puck. I would not want to waste a challenge on that. As there you have it. As Awake, thank you again. Thank you to everybody hitting that donation button here. Prep and Awake so far tonight. As we're up with 1:50 to go here in this first period. 3-1 for the LA Kings. This was a tough go for the Oilers, but you know what? Got to tighten up here on this shift, as you have a chance still to make it 3-2. As here's McDavid along the near side boards, far side over to Darnell Nurse, and the shot save made by one Cam Talbot, as that was a big time ago since Drew Doughty's last playoff goal against the LA Kings, or for the LA Kings against the New York Rangers. Crazy to think how long that's been. Goodness sakes, 2014 is the last playoff goal for Drew Doughty. $1:32 to go here in this first period of play. And you got to think that's a lot of days in between for Drew Doughty and the LA Kings between goals, as this one will be won back by the Edmonton Oilers. Doughty's first of the playoffs, over to CC down low along the wall. It's going to be Connor McDavid hustling back for that puck. Arvidsson and Deneau pick up the assists on the marker for the LA Kings. $1:19 to go here in this first period of play. I'm going to tell you, we are far from done tonight, as the Oilers and Kings are about to probably play an old school hockey game this evening. 4 goals in the first period. I only imagine it'll turn into another 4 or 5 in that second period. Buck remaining in this first period. 10 shots for the Oilers, 7 for the LA Kings. Near side pass for the Kings as they get across the Oilers line. Ekholm reverses back along the boards. Now bounces off of Janmark. Both teams battling here for the puck. Picked up by the Oilers across the Kings blue line. Holloway hammers it, but it's onto the tape of the Kings again, who are just making sure the Oilers don't quickly zone enter perfectly. And this one comes down low for Roy, as Gavrikov has that puck now. The Oilers pick this one up along the wall off of Gavrikov. Holloway with the puck. Bouchard rips the shot. Save made. Jammed away by Janmark. Couldn't find the back of the net, and then Janmark gives the man clearing the puck a good once over with the big time hit. And this one will go up off the wall there, off the benches, and picking up now. Byfield's going to throw Janmark around. Roy comes in and throws Janmark a bit around as well. 7:7 to go in this first period of play. And the Oilers and Kings battling along the wall here. Nothing's happening there. So as this one continued to go in front, and both teams hacking and whacking away along the boards there. Janmark took a healthy run at Lafreniere, and then it was Byfield and Janmark kind of going into the boards a little healthily there, one might say, as they're still trying to sort this thing out. Bouchard's in the middle of it. Ekholm coming over to talk things over. The face-off outside of the LA Kings zone coming up here in a brief moment, as we'll have, friends, a chance now for the Oilers to get to work in this last 7.7. You win a face-off, you get it onside, you fire a slap shot, you hope it goes in. That's really all you can say about this one. Is they're talking about things in the neutral zone. They're saying maybe the puck might have hit Kempe off the boards there, as Hiller's maybe going to get a break for his LA Kings bench. 7.7 seconds to go here. Face off now for Ryan McLeod, pushing it down low into the Kings territory, but the Kings ultimately with that puck sealing it off, and this one will come now along the end wall in the Kings zone, and that will do it for the first period of play, friends, as you will have this finish off here, and we will head to the first intermission in this, well, what you could say, uneventful first period for the Oilers, other than the goals against. Tough go there, but hey, we'll survive. We'll battle through. Like I said, I famously said it in Game 4 last year, but I'll say it here in Game 2. The Oilers are far from done in this hockey game. They get a couple cracks at Cam Talbot. They're going to score some goals. Cam Talbot is not going to be the guy that leads the LA Kings to victory. It'll be the Oilers' own doing if the LA Kings win this series. So after one period of play, the Oilers 10 shots on goal, the LA Kings 7 shots on goal, 25-24 the hits. The Oilers lead the hit department tonight on a turn of events. 12-7 the face-off wins for the Oilers, and 3-2 the giveaways for the Kings, 6-4 the takeaways for the Kings, and 12-5 the block shots. So the Oilers have gotten pucks towards the net, but the Kings just kind of standing tall in the middle of the lane and trying to make sure that they disrupt as much of the Oilers' attack as possible. Not the prettiest period for the Edmonton Oilers, but you got to figure for the Oilers, they will find a way to push through and get this job done here tonight against the LA Kings. I got to steal that Brett Kulak graphic here from the Edmonton Oilers. That is too perfect of a photo not to have for the post-game edition, as that is excellent, 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 as we will take that, quickly throw that in there. Let's see what we can find here for this one. There we go. I like that. I like that. I like that. Okay, what do we got going on, friends? We've got people sending me images here. I gotta make sure. Yes, I like it. I like it. All right, here we go. Let's go here. It's going to be a late night. I think if the Oilers want to win this one, it's going to be a late night tonight, friends. I was calling it in Game 1, didn't get that. Well, tonight we better get that here in Game 2. And I just put my literal paycheck where my mouth is on that one. So we'll see what happens here tonight, friends, as we are rolling into the intermission portion. Obviously, the Oilers not necessarily producing the result we want to see tonight so far, but I'm not going to get too down on it. I'm not going to start throwing guys under the bus or start throwing the refs under the bus either. There's plenty of time to control their own destiny. We're at 170 hours on the stream all told, so yeah, we are well on our way to having a good night, and I'm assuming overtime's only going to produce an even better result all told. So, friends, quickly give me a few moments to go upstairs and use the washroom, refill the water bottle, grab some more Oreos. I'll be right back. We will go one quick commercial here and be back for the rest of the period here, the intermission portion anyhow. All right, friends, sorry for the delay there. Just had to let the dog outside as well, but we're good to rock and roll here for this first intermission. What are we thinking? Everybody still upset about the Oilers here in this first period of play? I think 3-1's not exactly where any of us want to see this hockey team after one period, but again, for the LA Kings, good on you. You did a good job getting back in the fight. Now the Oilers just have to crush your hopes and dreams and win this game here in this second and third period of play. That's all it comes down to. So hopefully that is the case here tonight, and the Oilers can find a way to do it, as we are just about set for this second period, probably to get underway here in 10 minutes or so. And then we will be fine and dandy to obviously rock and roll this evening's hockey game into the second period and into the, well, ultimately third period, which will be a lot of fun. I promise you that. The third period is going to be a blast tonight. I can guarantee that, especially if the Oilers have a way to make this one a little bit more special. So, yeah, here we have it. So, the bounce is going LA's way. That's something you could definitely say in this first period. The bounce is kind of going through LA sticks and into the back of the net. Yeah, it looks like that, doesn't it? So here we go. We are rolling along here this evening, friends. Obviously, Stuart Skinner, I'm not really going to fault him much on either of the first 3 goals tonight. But again, still early, right? That's the other part. When you say a goalie doesn't look sharp tonight, Flipperdo, the problem is it's early and a lot can still happen. Thankfully for Skinner, he didn't get lit up for 4 straight to begin the first period. So that's a promising sign. There's still plenty of time for Skinner to turn it around this evening, one could argue. So that's the nice part. After one period of play, we're only down 2, and for the Oilers, I think they've come back from much worse after one period of play. So we'll be good to go. And obviously, the playoffs are built on momentum, and the LA Kings kind of riding it here in this first period. If the Oilers can find a way to smack it around, I think you're going to see a lot of fun for the Oilers and Kings in this second period of play. We continue along, friends, just to say that we are absolutely rolling tonight. I think we are well on our way to breaking last game out's records. Last game out now at 8,600 views all told. Well, let me tell you, we are now currently sitting at a grand total of 167 hours on the live stream this evening. So we are well on our way to doing something very special this evening and probably getting awards that yeah, somewhere in there, right about that 500-hour mark by the end of it. So we will see here right now for the Bruins. We're watching their final coverage with obviously a 4-2 victory over top of the Leafs. The Leafs likely to win Game 4 just simply because that is the way I view the series going, and it's the most predictable thing on the planet, and that is likely what will happen just because it is predictable. So Simon Marks out of 10 for the Oilers. Well, you know what? Again, there's a couple of things to clean up and a couple of saves to be made. And at the end of the day, it's a 3 out of 10. You had one goal be reviewed for whether it was goal or not. So that's, again, maybe one off the board for the Oilers. So could be a 3-2 hockey game, right? And then if, in that case, is it a 3-2 hockey game if that puck goes in for the Oilers? So I don't think it's going to be too much of a go here. So we'll see where the Oilers take things here for us this evening. And obviously too, I don't think there's really much to fret about in game 2, given that the Oilers won game 1. That's the nice part, is even if we lose tonight at the end of the game, we are only even. Yes, you waste winning game 1, but now you got to kind of go out there. You got 40 minutes plus to score 3 goals is how it breaks down, right? You win this one 4-3 in overtime, you can use 40 plus minutes to go and do that. It looks like they're looking for an explanation as to why there was not too many men late in that period. Yeah, so for the LA Kings though, right, I think here too, to be honest with you, the LA Kings have simply done what they had to do to get back in this series, and that was just not roll over and die. And the Oilers really did a bad job in that first period, start to finish, right out of the gate. That first 2.5 minutes, right, there was no shots on goal. Kings got the first shot on goal after 2.5 minutes, and it was kind of one of the tough parts for us is we didn't go out there and seize the momentum from game one early on in the hockey game. And so you let the Kings instill themselves in the hockey game, of course they're going to get things going, and that's kind of where they did in that first period is they took advantage of it and found a way to win that hockey game. So we'll see what happens in this second period, right? That first period's only won by the Kings. You win the next two for the Oilers. Heck, you win one and draw even in the second. So you win the second, or you draw even in the second, and you win the third, or whatever, vice versa. You're going to be just fine. So hopefully it shakes out for the Edmonton Oilers and it all comes to fruition. So you got to see the positive in it. Obviously, it's playoff time, and when it comes down to it for the Oilers, is every game is a completely different situation from the previous and from the next. So see what happens here, but we got plenty of time. So friends, the nice part to Ryan's point there about saying throwing hits, the Oilers actually out-hit the Kings in that first period of play, 25 hits to 24. So the Oilers have been laying the body, and they kind of got into it a couple of times there late in that period against the LA Kings. So I'd assume that the Oilers definitely know they need to get the emotion of the hockey game. Just get the emotion out, right? Go out there and just kind of play with your heart, lead with your heart, and try and just find a way to ride whatever momentum the LA Kings give you, because you're just kind of wanting them more, right? That's what it comes down to at the end of the day. Is it's one of those situations. If you think the Oilers won the battle in the first period because they out-hit the LA Kings, they definitely have to double down in that second period and make sure that stays the same way going through the second. As my glasses are all fogged up and greasy now, so we'll go off from there, and we'll see what happens here as we are rolling along here, friends, into at some point the second period. I figured we were about to start the second period right away here, but I guess a guy would be wrong on that. I think we may be taking the over on game duration tonight, as tomorrow on the Stanley Cup playoffs, it's the Carolina Hurricanes and the Florida Panthers. So that's kind of a whatever. The Tampa Bay Lightning are always fun to watch, but again, who really cares? At the end of the day, when you've got 4 Canadian teams in the Stanley Cup playoffs, the Oilers and Kings obviously have, I think, the extra day off they play Sunday. They have the extra day off Monday, Tuesday. So interesting to see, but we'll see. We'll see where we go with that, friends, as we have plenty of time to obviously get things turned around here in this hockey game. So, yeah, we need to just quickly check something here. I just thought of something. I want to check the ice time here for the Oilers in that first period, because Sam Carrick saw 2:33, Vander Kane saw 5:25, T.S. Janmark saw 4:04, and where is Dylan Holloway? Holloway saw 3:56. So definitely the Oilers leaning on Kane a little bit here early on in this hockey game, and I wonder if now you kind of see Janmark, who's had an edge to his game this game, and two as well, Dylan Holloway, start to creep up in ice time in this second period of play. So the Oilers kind of trying to push the speedier game on the Kings in this second period. I would wonder if that'll be kind of the idea here to push down on the LA Kings, suffocating in the neutral zone and high defensive zone. So we need to see what happens here. But the Oilers obviously plenty of time to go yet here. So plenty to be decided in this second period of play, right? Obviously, they have to find a way to tie this up. That's for sure. So we'll see what the course will take. But yeah, you know, end of the day for the Oilers is 3 goals on 7 shots. Jim is not necessarily a Stuart Skinner problem, I guess what I'm trying to say. I'm trying to pay attention to the TV here as well. It's not a Stuart Skinner issue. I think those 3 goals on 7 shots for the Oilers is just a result of letting down kind of what we saw late in that hockey game in the third period against the Kings in Game 1. Kind of letting down what was a really good effort through 40 minutes for the Oilers. But you just have not had the same jam since the end of the second period against the Kings in Game 1. So, again, everybody I think is trying to blame or find somebody to blame. Find somebody to blame for being down 3-1 after 1. Again, for me, I think it's just where is the jam from the team that we saw in the first 2 periods of play, right? That's all I come down to. So we'll see what happens. And now, here's what's funny about that comment. Calling Jack Michaels a Junior B announcer. I am a Junior B announcer. I know you know that, but I don't know if that's the point of the humor behind that comment or not. But I am that Junior B announcer. So that's kind of the funniest part of that comment to me is that's the highest level of hockey I ever commentated. Right, actually play-by-played for. I've covered Junior A and I've covered WHL, but I've never done play-by-play for either level. So kind of one of those things where you top out where you top out sometimes. Obviously I do the play-by-play for the Oilers on YouTube, but again, that's not all anything to really write home about at this point until we start talking about the Edmonton Oilers, talking to me a little bit about it. So we are rolling along into this second period. Maybe at some point here, friends, everybody's talking around with the referees. Everybody's rolling around trying to get things decided for this second period. And we are taking our time here to get this second period back underway. Draisaitl will start against Kopitar. Buckle up, friends. Let's do it. Even it up this period and then have a little bit of fun in the third against the LA Kings. Bat it back into the Oilers zone off the opening draw by the LA Kings. Down in the near side corner, the teams have switched ends, as is per the tradition, as this comes up along the near side wall. Left wing now for the Oilers. Warren Foegele inside the LA Kings zone. They've got them burnt back inside, down low, as Foegele will work off the wall, try and tap this one forward. 2 Kings stop the Oilers' attack, bounce it off the boards back into the neutral zone. Kulak immediately back onto the tape of Draisaitl, picking it up through the middle of the ice is Nugent Hopkins. Nuge pushing into the far side corner, looking to make the play. It'll be Kopitar up along the wall, out in the neutral ice territory, picked up by Ekholm. 19:16 to go here in this second period of play, as this will be up along the near side. McDavid along the wall, can't do it. Now rolling ahead is Trevor Moore, firing the puck wide of Stuart Skinner, so that doesn't even count as a save, as it comes up off the wall, hit the linesman, and now here's an opportunity for McDavid. Spun off his stick, and this will now tie up in the neutral zone again, coming free for Hyman across the line. The Kings converge, 3 of them that is, and continues to go around, as that will be off of Stuart Skinner and out of play. 18:38 to go in this second period of play, as McDavid loaded up the attack there, just had it poked off his stick, however. And now we'll have the face-off for both teams. McDavid takes a seat on the bench. Face off to the right of Stuart Skinner. Carrick out there to take the draw, so they immediately go to the fourth line here early in this second period. That's good news. Kane out there with Corey Perry and Sam Carrick, so it's kind of a blended up line for the Oilers and the fourth line guys, I guess, as this comes near side. Kane will try to make the pass through the middle. It's picked off by 2 LA Kings. Dubois got it onto the tape of Moore. Pass right to the middle for Fiala. The shot fired in front as Lafreniere just kind of takes it to Stuart Skinner right in front, bear hugging him almost as the shot fired in front again. Second opportunity goes wide of the net, far side, picked up by the Oilers. Pass misses wide of Kane. As Kane will look to lumber up the left wing and try to get through as it's now McLeod rolling along in behind the end boards as here's Kane trying to get to this puck again. It's Kane, Perry, and McLeod now. Kane near side of the net, pushing towards the net is Perry. He has taken a goalie interference call. He's going to get into it in front of the net with the LA Kings now. And Talbot's going to see things kind of quickly simmer down here as the Oilers don't want to take any unnecessary penalties here as Perry cannot believe he's been called to the box here for that one. He's pretty upset about that, that's for sure. Friends, as well, if you're new to the stream and haven't hit that like button yet, make sure to do that. We'd appreciate you doing that for us as we're going to buckle up for what's going to be a good finish to this hockey game. I can assure you of that this evening. As the Oilers not quite going away here as Perry just trying to catch himself, kind of pushed him through himself more or less at Cam Talbot on that one. As Corey Perry will go to the box for goalie interference. This is the first power play opportunity for the LA Kings. I will tell you, we want to talk about a momentum shift in this hockey game for the Oilers. If you can find a way to get a short-handed goal here, it would be absolutely massive. Here's Nuge and Carrick back the other way. Nuge over to Carrick. Carrick's going to try and skate around right in front. Nuge takes a spin. Puck just missed the corner as Nuge was doing the turnstile by the crease. 17:22 to go. Effective penalty killing here from the Edmonton Oilers with $1:35 to go in this second period power play for the LA Kings. Arvidsson across the line, back high for Doughty. Doughty across to the far side, picked up by Kopitar, drifted down low, far side corner. Kopitar with it now again as he'll fire towards the net. It goes wide and it comes back to the point, picked up now by Kempe. Back to the point now for Kempe again. Off the stick of Doughty. Kopitar's without a stick. Somebody separated Kopitar from his stick. Picked up now by Kempe. 16:50 to go. Puck is bobbled by Kempe. That's a rare mistake from the LA Kings. But a puck just flipped too far by one Ryan McLeod down low into the Kings zone. 16:39 to go in this second period of play. The Oilers looking to load up the attack and trying to get this going the other way as the Kings, though, set up the zone time. Back to the high point for Doughty. Doughty down low now for Kempe again as the Kings power play unit stays out there. But that one hit a stick, escaped the zone. Good penalty killing thus far from the Edmonton Oilers with 34 seconds to go in the power play as this across the line, tripped off there. And here comes Ryan McLeod. Short-handed breakaway. McLeod in on net. 5-hole attempt denied by Cam Talbot. Oilers follow it up though. Nurse fires it back down low. Kempe makes a pass to the far side. No Oiler covering over there. 14 seconds to go. And as much as he might not have scored on this penalty kill, that is as much of a momentum gainer for the Oilers as possible. Turnover from McLeod right in front. Ended up going up over top. Stuart Skinner took a wave at it. We are back to even strength. Back down low right in front for the Kings off the bumper pass. And this will come to the far side. Not out for the Oilers. Back down into the Oilers zone by Gavrikov. Shot from the point blocked in front. And this one will now come back the other way for the Kings. Far side. Shot fired. Save made in front on the block instead by by the Edmonton Oilers. And that's Ryan McLeod coming in and just sealed the 5-hole did Cam Talbot. But it's still another big time save there. Oh, that one actually missed the glove completely from Stuart Skinner going up and over top of the net. 15:19 to go in this second period play. 12-9. The shots on goal for the Oilers. They need to find a way to get this going here in this second period. You're back to even strength. You've got to face off in your own zone quickly. Go back the other way and get this going. So we're going to redo the face-off here. As the dog comes creeping down looking at me. 15-19, second period in the hockey game. Flipped out by the Oilers, up off the glass. It looked like it hit somebody on the Kings bench. They will whistle it down with just 5 seconds to go. So We will keep this rolling here in this one, friends. 3-1. And Northman, I mean, you're clowning on Skinner, but Cam Talbot gave up 6 goals last game. So again, I know every game doesn't mean anything next game, but we need not remind ourselves. The Oilers have gotten to Cam Talbot this series, and they, like I'm saying, just need to find a way to fire a shot on net that beats Talbot, and then all of a sudden ride that momentum wave, as the LA Kings have a couple times this game already, and through the series as well. As this is just taking its time getting back underway. We are struggling to get momentum built in this hockey game. 15-11 to go in the second period. This is going to be Draisaitl winning it to the side, but it's stolen by Trevor Moore. Shot fired towards the net, blocked in front, as this will be picked up now by the Oilers. Leading away is Leon Draisaitl, and you are kidding me if Chris Knobloch's got Draisaitl and McDavid together. What are we doing here? Okay, that's what we're worried about. Is this one will be fired in by the Oilers. Draisaitl pushes the man off the puck as McDavid tries to get going here. Is this the first look for Draisaitl and McDavid in this hockey game and in this period? So this will go to the far side as Hyman picks this puck up. Couldn't handle it though. Arvidsson comes back the other way. Shot fired towards the net and drifts instead in behind. This one picked up. As this will be now Bouchard across the center ice, fired in. I'm still a little rattled that Knobloch went to McDavid and Draisaitl. That's a little rattling. Shot fired for the Oilers though, up over top of the net there, and that's the Oilers just trying to get one in front with traffic, just couldn't get it through cleanly. Down low to Stuart Skinner, the puck comes as he'll flip it up off the wall. Lizotte fires it right up straight in front of him. This one comes to the corner, picked up now by Desharnais. Dubois comes to the corner, and this will be Lizotte battling there as Kane frees it up now for Desharnais, picked up by Kulak. Kulak down low into the Kings zone. Doughty in behind the net. He'll take a hard bump from Kane. That's the hardest hit we have seen from Evander Kane this series. And maybe that is the momentum shifter the Oilers just need right there. Is nice ride out by Henrique to get the puck free. 13:29 to go in this second period. Puck's lifted ahead to Kane, who flips it in off an LA King. That was Doughty in on Cam Talbot. Doughty was able to get it off from Talbot, and they tie up along the far side wall now, as it's Kane keeping it alive 1 time, 2 time, 3 time, 4 time. Kane is doing a great shift here as he's going to backhand this down low, and Janmark's going to have to get to work. He is not going to be able to get there, but Kane coming in on Doughty, a big hit along the wall again. All of a sudden, you've got Evander Kane engaging in this hockey game. Look out, good things about to come as this one comes to the near side. Lafreniere fires the shot wide. Kempe back to the blue line. The shot from Mikey Anderson. Save made for Stuart Skinner in front, and we'll have a stoppage in play with just over 12 minutes to go in this one, as that's a big couple of sequences there as Kane rattled Doughty along the board, sending him to the ice. You like to see that. So the Oilers right now, let me tell you, they keep pushing like this. They're either going to get a power play or find the back of the net. Friends, we're at that awkward point of the live stream as well, where we've got 98 likes on the stream. If you've just joined in, just tuned in, and you haven't hit that like button yet, definitely do as such, because we are in for a good finish tonight, and hoping the Oilers bring us good stuff this evening in this, well, what is remaining of the second period, and what could be a pretty fun third period all told as well. So we're rolling along here, friends. Let's go here, and we are going right now for the watch time. Where's that at? That is right here. We are up over 4 minutes watched now on the stream on average. 3,562 times 4 divided by 60. We are at 237 hours watched on the stream, friends. We are about to crush off an absolutely amazing stream. I think we're at 235. We've got just over 2 minutes to go until we hit the 10-minute mark of the second period, which tells me we've got a long way to go to 500, but pretty easy path to get there, one might think. Friends, we're now at 104 likes. Thank you so much for that. And as well, I'll tell you right now, if you haven't also hit that subscribe button here on Dolynny TV, now would be the time to do that. We're currently on commercial break. And I'm going to send you quickly just an ad here to keep things rolling along on the stream. And then we are going to, of course, roll right back to action when I send you an ad break. My apologies there, as we are about set to see Connor McDavid kick things off in the bench area to start this next action of play. As Arvidsson's been draped all over him here in this game is what they're showing. It's Connor McDavid looking to get going in this second period. Obviously, he's pointless to start this one so far, as it's the Oilers getting the goal from Leon Draisaitl, Warren Foegele, and Brett Kulak. The second period getting going as this one's now Holloway down low, getting them rolling in behind, as this is now an opportunity for Janmark. Batting it back down low in behind the net, picked up by Anderson. Anderson will play ahead, and this will be back the other way now for Fiala. 12:23 to go in this second period of play. Escaping the zone. Spence was able to keep it in Kings' possession, though, for the time being. This will now be picked up by the Oilers. Batted through the middle of the ice to the far side. Now picked up by Holloway. The shot scores! Dylan Holloway! Hollywood! Bang! Makes it a 3-2 hockey game for the Edmonton Oilers. The LA Kings still lead, but that is about as huge of a goal as you are going to get in the playoffs if you are one Dylan Holloway. And that is a special moment for the kid right there, part of leading the comeback in the first career playoff goal. And what an authority shot there from him. The fourth line, everybody was saying in the intermission, give him some more time. Holloway walks down Main Street, fires a shot from the high slot, scores a goal. And what a beauty it was for Dylan Holloway, beating Cam Talbot clean. And I'm sorry, that ain't a very good looking reaction from Cam Talbot on that one. 12:05 to go. The Oilers crash and bang along the wall, picking up momentum now maybe as the puck's right back to the middle of the ice. It's chipped out. This one batted to the far side. McDavid coming down to the puck, can't find that one. And now all of a sudden, Jack, I can agree with you. It is game on for the Oilers now. Shot fired towards the net. Blockered away by Stuart Skinner. Carrick and Janmark get assists each. And you love to see it there for the Oilers now. The towels waving, or the pom-poms, whatever you want to say, as this is going to be a fun finish to this one. That one off the skates of McDavid as everybody goes off for a line change now. 11:30 to go in this second period to play. The Oilers needed that goal bad, Spencer, and they got it. This one comes up off the wall, and it's right in front as Draisaitl will lead out the attack for the Edmonton Oilers. Back the other way towards the net. Handcuffs. Talbot back in front for the Oilers. Third chance blocked in front. The Oilers are starting to get things going here all of a sudden, and they have found that jam in their game. That puck goes up and out of play, but I will tell you, I think Dylan Holloway just woke up. This one now picked up for the Oilers, an offensive zone draw. Is that one a handcuff there for Talbot, but still a big time stop, as that one just kind of caught him in the glove and he couldn't quite figure it out. But we'll see where we go as this one shot towards Talbot. The save made. 11:04 off the face-off we go. As we get this going, as well, welcome in, as I'm just seeing you in there saying, hey, well, welcome to the chat. I like it. A little preempting yourself. And Steve, welcome into the stream as well. As we go to the far side now, picked up by the LA Kings, fired up through the middle of the ice. It's going to be Desharnais up off the wall as it's continuing to bat around, and picked up now by Desharnais again. Up off the wall, fired inside the Kings zone. Icing call against the Oilers there. We'll have a stoppage in play here right now. So the Oilers, that's a big goal from Dylan Holloway. That's a huge goal from Dylan Holloway, from Sam Carrick and Matthias Janmark. So an Oilers trade deadline acquisition outside of Adam Henrique steps up with a big point in the playoffs. A bottom six goal as well for the Oilers. That is massive, massive, massive all told, as this is going to be pushed off the face-off by the LA Kings. Bearing down on Stuart Skinner. He holds tight, stays tight against the post again on another wraparound far side from to the near side. And now here's Foegele back the other way. Foegele across the line trying to fire this one in front. The LA Kings have taken a penalty, and all of a sudden the Kings are starting to fall backwards in this hockey game. Down low it comes. The Kings touch the puck, and we'll have a stoppage in play with 10:24 for an LA Kings penalty. Nugent Hopkins didn't like what Kevin Fiala said to him, kind of took exception and said some words back to him, but We've got an 18-12 shot lead for the Oilers, and like I said, that Holloway goal woke the Oilers up. This is going to be fun to see, as I think it is definitely game on now. So power play for the Oilers, and you got to see what happens here on this one, because I expect it to be good. So here we have it, hooking for Lizotte. Ace, you're expecting Mr. Warren Fogle to score at some point in this game. I wouldn't mind that, right? He scored the empty netter last game out, and of course, see, the Oilers, the Kings need a split, while the Oilers, they need a 2-0 lead. Then that's kind of where we find ourselves tonight. Both teams laying it on the line, even more so than they did in Game 1. Bouchard off the draw, has the puck over to Nugent-Hopkins. Down low to McDavid, back to Bouchard, the one-timer! Glove save for Cam Talbot with just 8 seconds gone in the power play. So there you have it, 10:16 to go in this second period, and Bouchard loaded up the cannon. Couldn't quite get it going, as this one's now going to be back for Bouchard, and it was still a big-time glove save there for Talbot, as we're watching the replay here. And Connor McDavid took a cross-check from Gavrikov, and he's laughing. McDavid is goofing. So here we go, 10:16 to go in this second period. $1:52 to go on the power play for the Oilers. Draisaitl loading up the face-off here. We're taking our time getting there, as this will be a face-off. One back by Draisaitl. Now McDavid rips the shot up over top of the net, and picked up by the Oilers. 10:08 to go in the second period. Fired down the length of the ice, far side. Bouchard will pick this puck up. $1:36 to go. To the far side it goes, as Draisaitl across the line. Draisaitl loading down the wing. The shot fired, blocked in front by Talbot. Around the boards, picked up now by McDavid. No, that's going to be tied up by the LA Kings. Gavrikov fires it off McDavid. Down low to Draisaitl. Draisaitl looking. Draisaitl will load up and try to get it back to Bouchard. Bouchard over to Draisaitl. Draisaitl down low now to McDavid. McDavid cycling over, back to Draisaitl. Over to Hyman! Scores! Oh boy! ZMH just did it again, baby! Zachary Martin Hyman scores the goal that evens the game at 3-3, and you knew it was coming. Zach Hyman on the power play, but the Oilers, after that Dylan Holloway goal, looked like a completely different team, and they find a way to score the goal that evens this one. Like I said, you just have to even this hockey game, and what a face-off win from one Leon Draisaitl right there. That's a huge one for the Oilers. Zach Hyman scores the goal, and that's a big-time one right there. So you have it right there. So now an opportunity for the Oilers to get, well, that 4-3 goal before the third period, as Hyman finds it back door and fires it home. 9:25 to go here in this one. So we have it down along the wall now, fired in front of the Oilers' net. Goes all the way down the length of the ice for an icing call. That's already McDavid's 6th assist of the playoffs, Draisaitl's 3rd assist, and Hyman's 4th goal of the playoffs. You'll love to see it. We have drawn even in this hockey game, as Hyman scores through the back there. What a beauty. Big time goal for the Oilers. And now you got to see what happens with 9:12 to go in this second period of play. This one will go far side boards. Picked up now by Perry, as Perry can't flip it out cleanly, though the LA Kings have it, as this one will come back inside the Edmonton Oilers zone. CC battles the man down to the wall. Dubois gets it to the far side, picked up by Perry though, and here come the Oilers back the other way. Nurse leading the attack. He's going to come pressure right on Talbot. Opportunity for Ryan McLeod, shot the puck but blocked in front. Now Kane's going to try and get this job going here down low. He does. Kane is engaged, and I think that was all started. That Holloway goal started with the Evander Kane hit on Drew Doughty, blocked in front there, and Kane still firing this puck around to the far side this time. Shot from Vinny Desharnais goes off the side. England can't get it through cleanly, but it bounces nonetheless off an Oiler and into the neutral zone. 8:18 to go. to the far side. Picked up now by the Oilers again, rolling up through the middle to the far side. It goes now for Carrick. He's walled into the boards, and I think they're ruling that that is offside. So, Purple, welcome aboard and tuning in all the way back from the MLB live streams. Well, let me tell you, the Toronto Blue Jays live streams will return at some point this summer once we tally up this Edmonton Oilers dealio here this spring into June. So, friends, I guess if you missed it on live streams earlier this year, I will tell you I will be live streaming some baseball this year just to get you going. So, let's go here and see where we're at. We're rolling along this evening. We're just about to cross 4,000 views on the live stream tonight. So thank you again. Thank you again for being aboard this evening. Really do appreciate everybody hanging out with me. And of course, to those of you that I can't catch in the chat and stuff throughout the night, do appreciate you hanging out as well and being part of what is already a 270-hour live stream here. So we are going to roll 300 hours into the intermission, and then it's just about that last 200 through the basically through the intermission and the third period, or what could be overtime. Like I said, tonight could be a late night. I told the boss of one of our biggest contractors that we deal with, basically told him, hey, look, I don't want to be me entering your orders tomorrow, I'll tell you that. So, all right. Let's do this, friends. We're up over 117 likes on the stream. Our big target tonight is 159. That was all told where we got to last stream out. So if we can hit that 159, 160 number, that would be fantastic. 180 of you aboard. I will say we are on the old, commercial break. So if you are new to the channel, consider hitting that subscribe button, friends. That goal is 15,300 tonight. But let's get this done here. As Zach Hyman quoted as saying, it's good for the Edmonton Oilers store that 1,131 hats were thrown at the hockey game last night, or last 2 nights ago. 602 hats were sold after the hat trick, and 1,063 were sold during game 1. So here we go. This one up over top of Cam Talbot. Off the end wall, picked up by the Oilers again here now. Loading up is Matthias Janmark. Also, shout out Rio for being a big part of telling me that the Oilers scored way before they actually scored. 7:48 to go here in this one. Puck to the far side, picked up by the Oilers as this is going to be knocking off the wall as Desharnais tries to get that one free. Doughty picks this puck up at the blue line. King's cycling around. Shot fired towards the net and back to the blue line, and it's batted out by the Oilers. Picked up by Holloway. Hand pass, though, whistled down. Daniel, missed you earlier on in the stream. I hope you stay around. We'll get the shout out for Trail BC during the second period intermission. Where in the world you're from game as we will get that rolling. I promise you that, friends. RC, welcome in as well. Tie game. It's going to be a fun one down the stretch. Like I said, I plan on staying up late tonight. I have the energy. As long as that second intermission doesn't drain the batteries. I went to bed at 8 o'clock last night, okay? I was ready to go for tonight's hockey game. So, and I slept in even to 7:20 this morning. So, ready to rock and roll for what should be a very late night tonight. 7:29 to go in this second period play. So we got a long way to go as well as this one's coming back the other way. Liz, I don't know if I caught you earlier, but welcome in as well as this one's down behind the goal line. Hyman takes a hard bump along the wall, picked up by Matthias Ekholm. Ekholm along, battling for position, can't get there. Byfield rolling, can't get there either. And now it's going to be Roy picking it up and going the other way across the line now for Kempe. The shot loads off the end wall. It goes instead. And this is going to be up along the wall and picked up now by the LA Kings on the dump into their own zone by the Oilers. 6:57 to go in this second period. Across the line, Kempe fires the shot. Glove hand save for Stuart Skinner. His 11th of the game. Purple, the Kings and Oilers fans got along in the chat. It was actually pretty good. I honestly didn't mind how things went in the chat last year. I was definitely expecting much, much worse. And CS, you're reading the script. I like it. So Here we go, friends. Let's get this rolling for a face-off to Stuart Skinner's right hand as we will try and roll home the last little bit of this hockey game. Draisaitl ready to rock and roll for the draw against Blake Lizotte. Winning it back are the Oilers. It's going to be tied up and redone one more time with 6:49. Draisaitl's kicked out. Drawing in will be Ryan Nugent-Hopkins. In a 3-3 hockey game, you love to see it, right? The Oilers obviously tie up the game on goals from Holloway and one Zach Hyman after getting the earlier goal from Brett Kulak. So you have 2 goals from non-traditional scorers for the Oilers, you could say, right, guys? I think they combined for a grand total of 7 goals together for the Oilers. It's back the other way now for Fiala. The shot fired up off the shoulder of Stuart Skinner. It comes out of play. The referee says play on. This is all the way back down to Drew Doughty now. Doughty with 6.5 to go in this second period of play. Turns the puck over to Nugent-Hopkins. Leaves it there for Fogle. Nuge the shot. Drifted off the stick of an LA King in front. And this will exit the zone here as it continues to battle. And the Oilers instead are offside with 6:14 to go in this second period of play. Friends, we are rolling along here tonight. I think the Oilers have a pretty good shot at doing something pretty unreal here tonight and coming back from that earlier deficit in this hockey game. But now we got to really pick things up and get this tied hockey game rolling somewhere as Corey Perry will come in to take the line change alongside Kane and McLeod. And it all started in a 3-1 hockey game with Evander Kane hitting Drew Doughty. Remind me about that in the post-game show as Doughty bounced it up along the boards. This one's going to sneak inside behind Brett Kulak, who bounced it along the wall to Vinny Desharnais, leaving it there for Perry. Missing it was McLeod, but playing it ahead Desharnais to Kane. Firing up along the far side corner now, McLeod battling there against Anderson. Coming now to Kulak as Kulak's going to turn that puck over. And here come the Kings the other way. Lafreniere trying to inside out Desharnais, but Desharnais fell down kind of over himself and quickly made sure to get in the way more or less as Perry's going to go to the box for a penalty here as the dog appears to need out, but he can wait an extra 5 minutes here. As here we have it. Friends, we are going to keep going in this second period, but we will have a penalty upcoming to the Oilers first. So if, again, never know who's watching at what time. I'm going to tell you, if you're new to the channel, consider hitting that subscribe button. I'm going to leave you on that for a brief moment. Run out, let the dog out, and we'll check numbers in a moment. All right, and back we are. Everything rocking and rolling. Let's do this for this power play for the LA Kings. It's going to be important the Oilers kill this one. Let me tell you, that's going to be a massive kill for the Edmonton Oilers this evening if they want to try and maintain this hockey game. So you got to hope the Oilers find a way to get this penalty kill done. Obviously, that penalty kill last time to start the second period kind of started building the momentum for the Edmonton Oilers. So you like to see that as well. So to start with the penalty kill, then it was Evander Kane doing the hit on Drew Doughty, and then it was all of a sudden Dylan Holloway, and then it was the power play for the Oilers, and then it was Zach Hyman scoring the goal that ultimately tied this hockey game. So yeah, we are rolling here tonight, friends, in this second period. It's been all Edmonton Oilers so far, and now the LA Kings get a chance to answer right back off the boards. Nugent-Hopkins picking it up, trying to get Mr. Warren Fogle started. Shot from Nuge, fired towards the net, doesn't end up doing much at all as Talbot turns it aside. It'll count as a shot though, and it's picked up by Doughty as he'll lead out the LA Kings power play attack as this comes back now for Kempe inside his own zone through the neutral, near side to Arvidsson across the Oilers line. Batted down low and picked up by the LA Kings far side. Batted to the near side. Arvidsson will continue to keep this puck alive. Back to the blue line. Doughty. Doughty with the puck will play it to Kempe near side boards. And goal line area now. Loses the puck in the referee's skates, and Desharnais. Ooh, that's a bad clearing attempt there from Desharnais, though he puts a good shoulder into Arvidsson, who doesn't look good. Arvidsson looks a little shook up after that hit there from Desharnais, and Talbot comes out to play the puck as Doughty will pick this one up in behind the net. 1:02 to go in this power play for the LA Kings, as this one will be fought towards the net there by the LA Kings, but instead hit a body, went far side. Picked up now by Arvidsson. Arvidsson loading up the shot. Save made by Stuart Skinner. Puck back now to the blue line now for Doughty again. Kempe loads it up one more time. Instead, Doughty looking again to try and get this one down low. Kempe in front as this continues to roll around in front of the net. And now here's Fogle, as this one will go down low. And this will now be on the clearing attempt from the Oilers. This is Doughty inside his own zone. Both teams get the line change going. 19 seconds to go in the LA Kings power play, and the Oilers doing a good job basically just penalty killing here, right? Nothing major here as this one comes to the near side, as Dubois is going to load up the attack now for the Kings as they get back to even strength to the Oilers across the line. Big shoulder there from, I think, Sam Carrick on one of the LA Kings players. Picked up now. Matthias Ekholm will fire it into the Kings zone. 3:30 to go in this second period. Battle around near side now for Lafreniere, as this just continues to battle around and nothing really happening here, as this is picked up now by Lewis as both teams kind of grind out this second period late frame as this comes for Kulak. He'll try and load up the attack. The Oilers have the better of the O-zone possession thus far in this hockey game. Rightfully so. I never thought they were out of it for a moment just because of how they were playing, and just not enough pace in the game. Well, they've got that. So this one's coming now for Darnell Nurse. Nurse will pick up the puck on the icing call. 2:58 to go in this second period, and we will have a stoppage and play with 3-3 our score. 22-15 the shots on goal for the Edmonton Oilers here in this one. Stuart Skinner out to skate around out of his net a little bit here, friends, as we continue along tonight in this one. Late in the second period, it is just about 10 o'clock. Face off inside the Oilers zone, and we are rolling along here now. 310 hours on the stream. So we're rolling tonight, friends, as this one comes free at the LA Kings blue line. Picked up by the Oilers one more time, tapped to the middle of the ice, and that is going to be the LA Kings coming up with it, firing it down low into the Oilers' end. Skinner out to play the puck. Skinner will backhand it to the far side for CC. Up the boards now, far side to near side for Darnell Nurse, and I'm still nervous. I will be honest with you, I'm still nervous now tonight. 2:26 to go in the second period. Nurse quietly slows down the pace and then gets it over to McDavid near side, and McDavid off the boards. The shot from Holloway again, as Holloway is going to get a look on the top line here with Hyman and McDavid, and Holloway delivers a big hit on Dubois, and then McDavid sends more flying in front of the Oilers bench and then quickly goes off for a line change. So the Oilers are starting to fly around out here with 2:09 to go in this second period of play. McDavid's starting to get hungry, and you know when McDavid starts going out there and throwing the body, things get a little crazy. So you like to see it as McDavid dancing off a check there. The LA Kings right bouncing off the boards, and then a shot from Holloway takes the deflection in front, and then Holloway rides out Dubois, and then McDavid comes blowing up more right in front of the benches as well, and somebody giving him the extra shove. What fours? We've got McDavid. 2:09 to go in this second period. 22-15 the shots on goal for the Oilers here. Face off at center ice, as it's going to be one back by the Kings, but that face off ain't going to stand up. We're going to redo it a million times over, I'm sure. Is this going to now be Deneau and Henrique in the face off dot? It's Kane and Perry out there on the third line, I guess. Now is Deneau's now going to be waved out of the draw. Arvidsson's going to come in. This is just disaster class from the NHL referees. Just drop the puck. Henrique ultimately wins it back, though. Henrique will see it passed over to Perry, far side. Dumped in, and here's Kane barreling down on Roy. Didn't really have to get involved. It'll go off a stick and apparently out of the zone for the face-off. So the Oilers, with 2 minutes to go, will be outside the Kings' blue line trying to re-enter one more time. So see what the Oilers can muster here. 2 minutes to go in this second period. A power play for the Oilers, actually. Okay. So we're going to have a power play all told for the Edmonton Oilers as Roy is going to go to the box. And they said that it was a touch initially, but I guess that instead it is indeed a power play for the Edmonton Oilers. So you like to see that. Let's go get this done as they're going to rule. Yeah, that's Roy batting it out clear as day. So now the Oilers power play a chance to really get this job done here tonight for us and break this game wide open to a 4-3 score as Bouchard is going to pick the puck up now. Nugent Hopkins down low. Is this one to the far side? Right in front. Hyman fires the shot just off the stick. It's batted down by Bouchard. He can't keep it in. And now here we have it, $1:45. The power play will expire at the end of the period. 22 seconds to go as Bouchard loading up through the middle. And now picked up by McDavid at the Oilers' blue line across the line. McDavid in on net. He will backhand all around the boards trying to get deeper. Instead back to the blue line ultimately for Draisaitl as McDavid playing it back. Here's a blast from Bouchard. Goes wide of the net and it's picked up by Bouchard again. Down low now for Draisaitl. Draisaitl looking to the far side. He can't get it through cleanly. This one will continue to battle here down low for McDavid. Picked up by Draisaitl. Hyman back to the point for Bouchard. Bouchard wheeling and dealing. Draisaitl looking to load up the shot. Save made by the LA Kings. And this one's going to load up now for the Oilers as Bouchard to the far side pass. Turned back by the LA Kings. Short-handed Lizotte in on net. Knocked off his stick by Bouchard. Picked up by Nugent Hopkins as Draisaitl will lead back the other way. As Draisaitl over to the far side. McDavid in on net trying to battle free here as this one will be back over far side. Shot, save made. And now here's Bouchard looking to load up the shot with 30 seconds to go. Instead over to McDavid. McDavid down low. McDavid wheeling and dealing back. Low, low, high. Looking over. Draisaitl! Tap save made by Talbot. And that was a huge stop right there on the doorstep as Draisaitl just about wired that one home. My goodness, what a save right there. But the Oilers doing their best here in this hockey game to keep it 3-3 and now try and build that 4-4 or 4-3 lead, but they haven't been able to do it quite yet. As this one will be face off down. Draisaitl knocked off the puck as this comes all the way down to Stuart Skinner. 14 seconds to go in this second period to play. 10 seconds left in the power play at the same rate as this Nugent Hopkins across the line. Far side picked up by Draisaitl. Draisaitl down low. Nugent Hopkins jams it in front. That will do it for this second period of play. 3-3 after 2. Daniel, we will catch you in a bit as the Edmonton Oilers and the LA Kings finish the second period tied. The Oilers seized the momentum thanks to a penalty kill, thanks to Evander Kane, and ultimately thanks to Dylan Holloway scoring his first goal in the Stanley Cup playoffs. As this is the scoring summary after 2 periods of play. Kempe, Kulak, Doughty in the first period, and then Holloway and Hyman in the second, as it was a beautiful period for the Edmonton Oilers, one that they much needed. And you look at this right here, the LA Kings, the much sloppier team so far, as 8-4 the giveaways for the LA Kings, 25-17 the shots on goal for the Oilers. And as I said, they needed to stay on the hits and continue to maintain the lead after 2, while 44-37 the Oilers have out-hit the LA Kings after, well, 2 periods of play. So this one continues along. So friends, we are rolling tonight. I'm going to quickly go out there and just just go head upstairs, refill the water bottle, grab an Oreo, and get things going. But want to say thank you so much for being aboard here on the channel. I'll be right back, and we'll check the numbers and stuff here in a moment. Well, friends, after 2 periods of play, it is 3-3 between the Oilers and the LA Kings as we settle in for the intermission. Not a whole heck of a lot's going to happen here the rest of the way home, I don't think, in the intermission at least. The old party pit is a little bit more full on a Wednesday night as compared to maybe Monday night last time out, as it was interesting to see there as well. So, JW, welcome aboard. And who else are we missing coming in? Beckera, welcome in as well, as we're getting everybody in for what will be the end of this hockey game now. We got the second intermission to come. And then obviously we've got a third period that might not solve anything. Just saying, I know CS has seen the script and we're not going to overtime, but I'd like to see the Oilers head into overtime tonight. That would be a little bit nice. So, we'll see where we go. Friends, I got some text messages here to quickly catch up on, as well as we're seeing everybody from all over start chatting in on this hockey game tonight. The third period, this one from my good friend down south of the border, saying the third period will be buzzing. That's an old line from Oh for Rip, you know what I can't say. So, friends, we are rolling for tonight, as I assume the Oilers are going to give us a good performance the rest of the way home. At least one would hope. It's been good so far tonight, so we're hoping for the same results here that we've had through 2 periods. End up giving us a good result here in the third period. So, cheering for a Canadian Cup. That is the best part of this year. We got the Canucks, the Jets, the Leafs, and the Oilers, and all 4 have a legitimate chance, especially if they can really do some damage, of getting into the Stanley Cup final this year. So that's the exciting part here for us Edmonton Oilers fans, is we very well might get a chance to see some cup action out of one of our Canadian clubs this year, and very well might find 34 years later since the last one, find a way to win the Stanley Cup. My oh my, would that not be a party and a half in Canada. So, friends, we are rolling here tonight. I don't think there's really much all to mention on the live stream this evening, outside of the fact that the Oilers did exactly what they had to do here in this second period, and that was even the game. Now you just need one goal to go win it, and that's kind of where we're at. Is one goal wins this hockey game for the Edmonton Oilers. One goal against could lose this hockey game for the Edmonton Oilers. That said, too. So see what happens here. But the Oilers obviously need to keep things rolling tonight. Maybe another goal out of a depth scorer like Dylan Holloway, Matthias Janmark, Sam Carrick would be absolutely fantastic to see as an Edmonton Oilers fan. Other than that, I don't think there's really much all I need to see from the Oilers tonight other than go out there and get that next goal, right? That next goal wins mentality. I know that's the overtime mentality, but if you have that mentality in the third period, we can tidy this one up and a 2-0 series lead if the Oilers truly, really want it. So that's where we're looking for. But friends, as we go here, what I must say as well, if you haven't already hit that like button on the stream, make sure to do that, just simply because we are closing in on 159 likes, which last stream we had 158. So if we can close in on 159, we'll be well told for what could be a good finish to tonight's broadcast. That much is for sure. As well, I feel bad for those friends that have tuned into the LA Kings live stream from last game, game 1, because right now we're currently sitting at 32 friends tuning into that live stream back a few days ago. So tough go, but we'll be fine and dandy, I'm sure, as we're rolling along here tonight. So yeah, I don't know if there's anything really to add other than I'm just nervous as heck. I literally am so nervous about tonight's game. It started first thing this morning, kind of worked its way up through the day at work, and now all of a sudden here we are. I'm still just as nervous. You see me tripping up on my words. You see me laughing at myself a little bit more than maybe even usual, and it's just kind of interesting. I didn't expect to be this nervous about a hockey game tonight. Simple, by the way, welcome into the stream. Missed you earlier, but Madison, what's happening tonight? Well, so far we're waiting for Game 3 between the Winnipeg Jets and Colorado Avalanche to get underway at on Friday. Game 3, they got the little delay there, so see what goes on as we quickly check out the stats from every single other playoff series thus far. As we look at this one right now, you look at the scores yesterday. It was 4-3 for the Rangers. It was 3-2 for the Panthers. 5-2 for the Avalanche over the Jets, and 4-1 for the Predators over the Canucks. So kind of some flipped scripts there from game number 1 for some of those teams, but exciting to see now for the Oilers what they can do in this game 2 to maybe keep the exact same script going as the Oilers and Predators, or Oilers and Kings play on Friday. So too do the Predators and the Vancouver Canucks. So everybody kind of has the same day off here in Canada, that being Thursday. As out west, it'll be an interesting day without some Canadian hockey. JJ, welcome in as well, as we're getting everybody aboard here as we're about to get the crew ready for this third period of play. We're talking to the coaches and stuff as we're rolling here tonight. I don't think there's really much else that's commentary about this hockey game right now. I don't know if there's anything else really to talk about here. Is I think for the Dallas Stars and the Vegas Golden Knights, I don't know what the score of their hockey game is. Maybe we could check that and then double check the stats. It's 2-1 for Vegas, 10 minutes left in the third period. So Vegas is about to jump out to a 2-0 lead, as many would have suspected. 25-17 the shots on goal for the LA Kings, or for the Edmonton Oilers tonight. 44-37 the hits for the Oilers, and 24-19 the face-offs for the Oilers. So we're doing a good job working tonight. 1 for 3 on the power play, and oh, by the way, as well, 8 for the giveaways for the LA Kings. 18-10 the blocked shots for the LA Kings. So there's a lot of stuff going on here tonight. So Roger, welcome in as well. So we're rolling this evening, friends, into what will be the last little bit of this hockey game tonight, as we are just about to get to this third period. I'm sure there's one last commercial break after this, and then we will be ready to rock and roll, friends. Coming up on 5,000 views on the live stream as well tonight. So closing in on that big milestone marker here in a matter of moments, as we've got the 419 times 4905. Yeah, we are already up over 351 hours on the stream. So friends, that 500 goal by the time we get the post game done is going to be done and dusted. I can guarantee you that this evening as we continue to roll along tonight. I don't think there's, like I'm saying, I don't think there's anything else to mention other than maybe this. If you haven't bought your Oilers 50-50 tickets yet, the draw closes in less than an hour, and it is over $5 million. So that'd be what I would be telling you to do tonight, is definitely go out there and get your 50-50 Oilers tickets, because $5 million would be a nice little chunk of change, wouldn't it? As you'll like to see it right there. A whole bunch of mini TVs put together to be one big TV. And the Oilers, obviously on coast to coast on Hockey Night in Canada, CBC or Sportsnet, whatever you call it. But we are, we're rolling here tonight, friends. 3-3. I'm nervous as heck, and I just hope this. We're seeing where we go. Is Margaret? What did you ask? Margaret. Yeah. What are we doing? William, welcome in, friends. We are here into what will be the rest of this hockey game. Hopefully, at some point. My stream just froze up here, so give me a moment to refresh. Let's get this thing finished off. Fraser, welcome in as well, as we are still on commercial break here. They sure like to send their commercial breaks on the old Sportsnet streaming app. So we'll continue to battle through here, friends. We're 7 likes shy of the playoff record tonight. So a little bit of time left to make that happen. I think we've got that safely in the bag as well. As we are continuing to go, we go to the Stanley Cup highlights of Vegas and Dallas, as that's a shot for Vegas that beats Ottinger rather weakly. Again, that's a pretty shady goal there for Jake Ottinger. I think it was Logan Thompson who had a shady goal against as well. There's a guy with his shirt off on somebody's shoulders riding around right now inside the pit at the Oilers Ice District Plaza. So yeah, we're back on commercial break. We are losing momentum here in fast, friends. I will tell you, if you've enjoyed the play-by-play tonight, again, I'll tell you to hit that subscribe button, simply because I want you to come back. This one taking its sweet time. Like I said, I'm nervous. I just wanted to get this more or less over with and know what the result is once it is. We're at 15,285 subscribers. So like I said, if you haven't hit that subscribe button yet, make sure to do that, because the goal is tonight 15,300, and that will also get you the access to the post-game show. Subscribing, by the way, is free, so don't worry about that. That's an easy go right there as we continue to roll here in the second intermission report. So the only player with more goals in his first 30 playoff games than Zach Hyman's 18, Gretzky. So there you have it. So tied at 3 with 20 to play after 40. So it's a big time go for one Dylan Holloway, who got us the goal that obviously brought us back within one, and then it was, of course, Zach Hyman doing that thing that he does, scoring those goals and bringing us back to an ultimate 3-3 score. So you like to see it there, friends. We are in for a good finish tonight. The Oilers just have to put together the basically 20-minute effort that wins this hockey game, and then we will go out there and find a way to finish off tonight with hopefully a winning effort, right? That's the big part. And friends, all of a sudden that for a Rip video I just mentioned has 3 views this hour. Interesting enough. Maybe I can entertain you with some intermission viewing, as you gotta check this out from back in the day in the archives. So we'll go here and quickly go check out for a Rip from back in the day. As here you go. All right, there you have it. There you have it. Oh for Rip. You can go check that out in the chat there if you want to go click that. The chat also, by the way, open to anybody that wants to go check it out at any point, see what I'm yammering on about at any point of the hockey game. As friends, we'll also go to Hey Now, who's saying basically a good warm-up series for the Oilers. Well, big thing is, I'm not sure who's coming out of the Canucks and Predators series, so we'll have to see that there. Brad, welcome aboard as well. Both you and Simple talking about maybe Corey Perry finding a way to factor into the score sheet other than penalties against. So we continue to rock, friends, here. This second intermission is eternity. Yeah, this has been brutal. I don't know why things are taking as long as they are, but apparently they are this evening. Something, maybe a delay, maybe a Zamboni broke down or something on the ice at Rogers Place. Nobody's confirmed it or denied that from inside Rogers Place. Looks like a huge third upcoming, and we will get inside Rogers Place now here in a matter of moments as the Oilers Stanley Cup playoffs game 2 against the LA Kings about set to get back underway here for this one. As we got some highlights of that first little bit, and we'll see what the Oilers can do here with this period of hockey against the LA Kings. I'm just not excited to go to LA and have that weird kind of broadcast situation that LA sometimes has at Crypto.com Arena, as we are going to see stats after 40 minutes of play, friends. Well, for the Oilers, you just need kind of the hits to be good. You need the power play to be good. The cycle chances 11-2. The Oilers have been dominating low zone possession. Slot shots are 13-7 for the Oilers, and now you got to get this going. So, who would I rather prefer to play? I'd prefer to play the Canucks just for the all-Canadian aspect of it, but I assume it's probably going to be whoever wins that series we face, and it's too close to call at this point to tell you who's going to win it. So I'd prefer the Canucks, but I don't know 100% if it's going to be the Canucks. Anyway, buckle up, friends. Let's do this, shall we? It's third period time. Oilers, Kings, third year in a row. Second game of the series. 15th all-time here in this 3 years. Oilers about to do this. We just hit the light goal. 162. Somebody's going to humble me because I said that, but face-off won back by Kempe. Now into possession for Mikey Anderson up along the near side boards. Fired in behind the Oilers net. Taken down there as one of the Oilers players. I think that's Darnell Nurse right to the front of the net. The puck comes. Shot fired from Anderson. Save made. Rebound in front. Stopped by Stuart Skinner in behind the net. It comes to the near side. Picked up by one Warren Fogle. Picked up and fired ahead by Fogle. Up off the glass. And here comes Nugent Hopkins batting this one in behind the net. Trying to free it up. And it's going to be fired to the far side. And picked up now by Byfield. Byfield across the line looking to make the play for the Kings. He will fire it up over top of the net. And it will be knocked down by the netting out of play. So we have a stoppage just 39. I was going to say 38. 39 seconds into this one. So, friends, we are just about to hit 200 folks live at once as well. 26-19 the shots on goal for the Edmonton Oilers. It's a 3-3 hockey game as we're about set to go, as this one will be a face-off for Deneau and Carrick. One back by Arvidsson. Far side pass, and Roy will pick it up near side now to Gavrikov at his own blue line. Played ahead into the Oilers zone. Icing call there, and the flow of this first few minutes of this third period is going to dictate a lot for the Oilers, and they got to find a way to get this job done with 19-12 to go in this third period. The Oilers have to find a way to start pushing the pace here and find a couple of goals, hopefully, that settle us up here as the face-off for McDavid. Now, talk about a guy who can set the pace. One back by the LA Kings. Far side batted around in the near side for Moore. Moore will see it over to the zone and freed up now for Deneau. Deneau rips the shot, blocked in front, up over top of the net. 18:59 to go in this third period of play. 26-19 the shots on goal, friends. We're about to come up to the best part of the stream here. As Rock, welcome aboard. As you're wondering if Grinch is still around, I'd like to see that. Friends asking for friends here, as we've got just a few moments break in this one as the puck went up and out of play, as this will be won back by McDavid immediately off the face-off. Puck flipped up into the neutral zone as it's going to be tossed ahead by the Oilers. Jamming off the stick of the Kings was one Zach Hyman. Henrique throws a hit, so the top line back together. Here's Bouchard. We'll pick up this puck with 18:43 to go in this third period. 26-19 the shots remain as the Oilers try to get this going the other way. Back across the line and fired in again as it's going to keep battling along the wall, as this will go to the far side as the LA Kings. Fiala bats through the middle of the ice as Byfield across the line looking to fire the shot. Byfield fires off the wall. It goes in behind the net. Fiala back to the blue line as Spence to the far side. Shot through traffic. Scores as that one beats Stuart Skinner, and the Oilers will need a goal here to try and not lose this hockey game now, as that's a big time shot for the LA Kings to make it 4-3. 18-14 to go in this third period, as that one, I'd like to see how that got through as that comes off the wall back to the far side, and then Fiala gets the puck back, jams it through traffic, and I mean really a puck that Stuart Skinner should have been able to see the whole way. It was knuckling a little bit by the looks of it before it hit the net, but is what it is. The Oilers, the comeback continues here. 18-14 to go in this third period of play. This will be a face-off at center ice, won back by the LA Kings, far side. I'm cheering for overtime tonight, friends. I got time to burn tonight. Don't worry about it, as this is going to be Ryan McLeod picking it up in the Oilers zone, batting it off there now for Kulak. Kulak up through the middle, cut off by Byfield, picked up by the Kings again. England will force down to McLeod inside his own zone. Far side boards picked up by Desharnais. Desharnais over to Kane. Kane far side, can't get it through traffic, and this picked up now again by the Oilers. As this puck is just bouncing around inside the neutral zone. It's down low into the Kings zone. Picked up and fired out quickly by the LA Kings and tapped back in to the Oilers' end with 17.5 to go in this third period of play. We've already chewed 2.5 minutes off the clock. Back to the point it comes. The Oilers escape the zone. Kane takes a hard bump there from Mikey Anderson. He was stood up. 17:20 to go in this third period as it's far side inside the Kings zone. To the near side it comes for Anderson down the left wing. He is offside. So we'll have a stoppage and play here in this third period with 17:13 to go, friends, as we continue along. Got a little break in the action. Just take a quick moment to check the old watch time one more time here, as we've got a grand total of 388 hours. We're 112 short. I think we can do it here tonight. 17:13 to go in this third period. 4-3 the score between the Oilers and the LA Kings. Face off, one back by LA. This one back now to the near side, inside the Oilers zone. Picked up now by Nurse, fired to the far side, and this will be played ahead off the boards now for Carrick. Carrick over and now picked up by Janmark. Janmark in front to Ceci. Couldn't feed it through cleanly as Carrick's down in a heap. It's going to come back the other way. Picked up by the Kings over. Fiala, the save made by Skinner. What a save there for Skinner. And now picking up and ahead. Dylan Holloway right down the right wing. Holloway rips the shot. Top shelf. Hollywood. Woo! That's a big time goal for Mr. Dylan Holloway. Ties the hockey game at 4 apiece. And the Edmonton Oilers, like I said, that next goal needed to come from somebody on the fourth line or thereabout, and Mr. Dylan Holloway comes down the right wing with authority and finds a way to score the goal that makes it 4-4. Ceci tapped it through the crease, just missed, but this is going to be a gem of a hockey game tonight, friends, as the Edmonton Oilers find a way to level the score off the stick of Dylan Holloway at 4 apiece, and Matthias Janmark picks up another assist here. Janmark making up for lost time in the regular season. What a shot, what a goal for Mr. Dylan Holloway over top of the shoulder of Cam Talbot. And the Edmonton Oilers have found a way to make it 4-4. Igor, welcome aboard as this one comes down low for Matthias Ekholm inside the Oilers zone again as we get back to regular action here. In behind, picked up by Bouchard. Bouchard will tap it ahead, and here comes Connor McDavid. McDavid across the line over to the far side for Henrique. Henrique shot by Ekholm, goes up over top of the net. In behind as this is Henrique still battling for it, can't free it up here. We got a tied hockey game once more, friends. We are in for a good doozy here the rest of the way home. Skinner in behind now for Matthias Ekholm. 15:58 to go in this third period of play. Is going to come back for the Oilers. An opportunity the other way, a turnover at the Kings blue line. As it's going to be picked up by Doughty. It was Dylan Holloway just a moment ago tying the hockey game for the Edmonton Oilers. For those of you that just joined in, the Oilers are about ready for what could be a special finish to this one, or possibly overtime. We'll take overtime. Don't mind me for overtime. 15.5 to go in this third period. Dylan Holloway's second goal of the playoffs, second of the game, by the way, from Matthias Janmark's second assist of the game as well. 15:20 to go in this third period of play, friends. We are closing in what could be the biggest live stream of the playoffs so far, as we're up to 208 viewers live. We topped out at 239 last time out. We're up at 216. Here we go. Vinny Desharnais near side, firing it into the LA Kings zone. Around the boards it goes to the far side, picked up by McLeod. Up off the boards, picked up by Kane now as McLeod ties up there and Kane goes chasing. To the far side, the Kings exit the zone, back the other way. Lizotte across the line, picked up by the Kings inside the Oilers zone. Chopped off the stick there briefly for a moment as Trevor Moore couldn't come up with it cleanly. And now back the other way, it's going to be picked up by the Oilers across the Kings line. Fired up off the boards. Darnell Nurse leading the rush. Backhand down low into the far side corner. There's an LA King that just took a hard hit there from Evander Kane. You like to see that as he'll go off the ice in a little bit of a haste as this one comes near side. Picked up by McDavid inside the Oilers zone. 14:19 to go in this third period of play. McDavid across the line. McDavid in on net. Pass to the middle. Couldn't find Hyman. This will bounce to the far side boards. Picked up by the Kings. They've got a man free in Kempe. He's turned back by Bouchard. Turned aside by one Mr. Stuart Skinner as it comes free now for McDavid. To the near side boards, Hyman with the puck as he's across the line. Hyman loading up the opportunity towards the net. Instead turns it down for Bouchard towards the end boards. The Kings trying to roll this puck. Far side boards picked up by LA. And Byfield will exit through the middle of the ice now. Kempe down the right wing, left wing. Gavrikov up over top of the net, misses wide. And the Oilers will start up the attack the other way. Carrick across the line. Carrick's going to take a healthy bump. Stopped there by Kempe on the pickup. And the Oilers get into the attack here. As this one will go to the far side now inside the Oilers zone. Near side pass to Vinny Desharnais up the boards. Picked up now by Janmark. Janmark in on net. Pass to the middle. Can't get through. Double effort there from the Oilers. Drove a man into the boards. But didn't end up being a progressive opportunity in terms of getting a shot on net. Here's Carrick loading the shot towards the net. Passed up a good shot into the feet of Talbot to try and get a pass through, and that's going to free up Lafreniere. Back the other way. Lafreniere, the shot misses wide of the net near side. Anderson will fire it back, and it'll go out of play. 12:49 to go. That is the biggest back and forth scrambly pace we've had in this hockey game thus far. And Connor McDavid took a healthy bump from Quinton Byfield there. And the Oilers obviously bled up that chance off the post there for Gavrikov. As we go to commercial break, friends, this is going to be interesting to see how this game finishes. Friends, I forgot about the dog. Give me just a moment. I'll be right back. Thought I let him in and I forgot about him. Give me just a moment. All right, friends, 2 goals from Dylan Holloway, a goal from Brett Kulak, and a goal from one Zach Hyman has us level at 4 after almost, 48 minutes of this hockey game played. So you like to see it here. So we are rolling right now for the Edmonton Oilers. Friends, I come back and we're up over 240 viewers on the stream. Welcome aboard to Dolynny TV. Thanks for being here. Glad to have you aboard for the ride. We are rolling for what could be possible overtime between the Oilers and Kings this evening. That would be absolutely electric. Let me tell you that much for sure. As we are going to see what happens here tonight. CS Edmonton Bars would appreciate if the Oilers win this one in regulation. I will tell you that much is for sure because, I mean, I don't think Bars want to deal with the party that would be overtime if it ends up being the case. Friends, as we're rolling here tonight, the Oilers 50-50 jackpot is just about $5 million, $4,944,335 all told. So here we go. Face off. Arvidsson, the shot fired off the end wall, just missed wide on Stuart Skinner as it's tapped around on the near side. Deneau picks up the puck as it's going to be forced out of the zone by the Oilers as this one continues to roll around to the blue line and ultimately is offside. So there you have it. Kyle, I cannot show you the dog because quite simply I do not allow the dog to come down here into the studio. He has a very bad habit of chewing things up, and I do not want to chew up my cables and my equipment via the dog. That's not unless Stuart Skinner, though, off the face-off, pumped in from the outside neutral zone, makes the save. 12:29 to go here in this third period of play as the Kings picking up the action, picking up the pace here in this hockey game. And obviously the Oilers trying to match and exceed that as well. 12:19 to go in this third period of play. Banged off the end wall by the Kings trying to exit out of their own zone. Near side it comes to Moore. Moore will try and bat this one down low to Arvidsson. Escapes two Oilers attackers, or defenders I guess, and this is going to load up an opportunity in the middle of the ice. Stuart Skinner sees it through traffic, but it was ultimately blocked in front, knocked down by Nugent Hopkins on a secondary backdoor passing attempt, and here's Draisaitl across the Kings blue line, shot to the middle of the ice, goes up over top of the side of the net. Ooh, that was a good looking opportunity for the Oilers right there as this one's going to be fired back in by the LA Kings. 11:43 to go in this third period of play as Desharnais leads off the end wall. This will be picked up now by Kulak to the far side across the line. Perry down low now to Kane. Kane will go to Engelland and battle him along the wall, but instead take the worst of it. And we are winding down the clock here in this third period of play. Overtime looking like an opportunity for us tonight as this one comes off the end wall as this will be batted now for the Oilers. Kulak had his stick held by Kopitar. No call up coming against the LA Kings. And this one will be fired back into the neutral zone now for Corey Perry across the line for Ryan McLeod. McLeod in on net. Can't do it as this will instead be Evander Kane. Kane to the front of the net, couldn't find the stick of Perry. That was exactly what it was supposed to be. Just a nonchalant pass to the middle, looking for a stick to tap it home. As we've got 10:48 to go in this third period of play. Shot fired towards the net, blocked in front. Gavrikov getting it going. Shot fired again, missed in front. And this will continue to the far side boards. Bouchard in front for Perry. Perry lifts out to the neutral zone. Batted down by the LA Kings as we'll have a moment to advertise the Canucks and Predators, who are tied at 1 apiece in this first round series as well. They will play Friday at 5 p.m. This one, a battle along the wall at the Oilers' blue line as it free for the Oilers again, and they will free it up right onto the tape of Trevor Moore. Across the line, shot fired up over top of Stuart Skinner. Picked up now by the Oilers as it'll be Henrique lifting off the glass. Going down into the Kings zone. This continues free now for Connor McDavid. McDavid fires it in behind the net. Henrique throws the body on Gavrikov. Puck bounces right into the middle of the slot, bouncing around McDavid, doing his best to try and come up with that puck. Can't do it. And the Oilers fans are happy with the penalty, or with the hit against one of the LA Kings players who goes off in a heap. Deneau, as this one's now 9:39 to go in this third period of play. We have a back half of a third period to play and possibly a lot more hockey to go. As CS across the line, the shot save made by Cam Talbot on the shot from the slot by the Oilers. Loading up now. Here's Janmark back to the blue line for CC. The shot off the glove of Talbot in behind Dylan Holloway, looking for the hat trick. We are on hat trick watch for the second night in a row. 9:12 to go in this third period. The Oilers tap it near side boards over freely for Nurse. Picking it up now is Draisaitl. Draisaitl across the line, looking to make the play on net. He can't get it through the middle. 8:59 to go here in this third period of play. Across the line, the Kings pick it up, shot towards the net, steered away by Mr. Stuart Skinner. Good save, good save. Moments are getting tense now. Anxiety going crazy. As this one comes near side, picked up by Janmark. England picks it up and fired it just onto the tape of Kopitar. It was pushed off there by Draisaitl and Desharnais, and it goes to the far side corner where Byfield is able to get it back to the blue line, but it's out of the zone, and the Kings continue to pick things up here in their own end. There's a broken stick inside the LA Kings zone as well. 8:20 to go here in the third period of play. We're tied 4 apiece. The Kings start the attack out through the neutral zone. 3 Oilers back. Seal off the wall against Arvidsson, and Desharnais taps over to Kulak. Hit the LA Kings player Blake Lizotte in behind the net, and Desharnais ultimately got the puck back and went down the length of the ice, and it will be an icing call against the Oilers here. 8:05 in this third period of play. So, There's a big block shot in front by Darnell Nurse. You like to see that one. And then Hyman with a massive collision, led with the shoulder, trying to get the no down and kind of hit him in the head. But interesting to see there for the Oilers that Zach Hyman is throwing those kind of hits. Hyman leads the Oilers with 4 goals. Obviously for the Oilers, they have 53 hits to the Kings 47. I will tell you, the Oilers win the hockey game if they lead the hit category tonight. This one in behind the net as Dubois fires around on the far side. Kane's going to go over there and throw a hit on Spence. Not really one to write home about, though. Puck goes off an Oilers player into the bench. And just like that, we'll have another stoppage in play here inside the last 10 minutes of play in this third period. As friends, we are rolling now. I will tell you, the views picking up here on the stream. Everybody's getting interested in this one. We're in for a good finish, my friends. I will tell you right now as well, the subscribe goal for tonight's broadcast was 15,300. We were at 15,250 entering the live stream tonight. If you haven't already done that, I encourage you to do that. I want you back here for game 3, 4, possibly 5, 6, and 7. So make sure to get that done. And if you also haven't hit that like button yet on the stream tonight, I'd appreciate that. As Riley, welcome in. Daniel, welcome back. And K. Ferg, missed you here earlier on, but you're here now as we are rolling into what is now 437 hours watched on the stream. Friends, I will tell you, we are going to get that 500 hours no problemo tonight. That was also the watch time goal for this evening's broadcast as we continue here into the late stages of this third period of play. Someone's got a Mike York Oilers jersey at the hockey game tonight. And yeah, you know what? You have the Vegas Golden Knights taking a 2-0 series lead over top of the Dallas Stars. Interesting to note there. So, yeah, we are continuing along here tonight, friends. We are just about to get back to this third period of action. I promise you that. But first off, we got to get through the commercial break, and then we'll get things rolling for the play-by-play call of the final 8 minutes of this hockey game's third period. Like I said, I'm cheering for overtime tonight just simply because I want to see chaos on the live stream. And then we saw chaos on the live stream in overtime a couple times last year as well. So here we go. LA Kings. Obviously doing a good job swallowing up Connor McDavid tonight as compared to game number what was it? Number 1? Yeah. Did we only play one game before this? I guess we did. Oh, goodness sakes. Playoff hockey already wearing me thin, but here we go. 7:51 to go in this third period. The Oilers win the face-off off the icing inside their own zone. This one's going to be kicked ahead. I guess it wasn't icing. The referees just ruled there was something wrong with that, I guess. This goes to the far side boards. Picked up by LA again. Roy will bat it off the end wall as Josh is in here for crunch time. Good to have you, buddy. As you told me this third period was going to be electric, and that it is. McDavid guilty of a hooking call. The Oilers penalty kill is going to have to come up clutch here for the Edmonton Oilers in this third period with just about 7 minutes to go. So you almost want the LA Kings to pass the puck in their own net accidentally. That would be fantastic if they would. This is going to bounce off the far side boards. Fiala back to the point now. Picked up by Gavrikov inside the Oilers zone. Roy with the puck. Back down low as the Kings setting up the attack as Gavrikov teeing up the one-timer. Can't get it there from Fiala. Back down low it goes. And the Kings just kind of wasting time here. That's dangerous because you give the Oilers a chance. Oh boy, something could happen. So 6:51 to go in the third period. Connor McDavid will give the LA Kings a power play opportunity here late in this hockey game, friends. And Scout, I think Dylan Holloway has a better shot than any of us ever want to give him credit for. That much is for sure. Dylan Holloway is an absolute beauty. And 2 goals in this playoff game tonight is going to tell you a lot about him. So here we go, friends. 6:51 to go. A clutch penalty kill here for the Oilers. And then that will send us into a very key last 5 minutes of this hockey game here this evening. So I like cheering for the Vegas Golden Knights winning as the Oilers will clear this puck. Shorty tonight would be fantastic right here, right now for the Edmonton Oilers, I'll tell you that. 6:42 to go. 10 seconds already off the clock here in this third period of play on the power play for the LA Kings. $1:40 to go as they'll try and load up their first shot of the power play. Here's an opportunity. Shot fired towards the net, blocked in front, tapped out by the Oilers, but kept in by the LA Kings. Down low it comes for Fiala. Fiala out of the corner. Fiala comes along the wall, back high point for Doughty. Fiala down low again. Save made by Stuart Skinner up along the shoulder. Far side clear for the Oilers. 40 seconds gone in the power play right now. The Oilers coming up with a clutch finish here, as this one will be a $1:07 to go, as this one will come free now for the LA Kings across the line, guilty of an offside call. So, Ryan, I'll tell you, good things usually happen when you put it in the Dolynny TV chat. I don't want to encourage that, but I'll say that much fun. As Greg, welcome in as well. Glad to have you back aboard. As Dylan Holloway going for the hat trick here late in the hockey game. Trust me, I think Dylan Holloway, if the Oilers get an opportunity, he will be out there on the ice for sure. As this one comes down the wall here, picked up by the Kings one more time, as they will try and load up the attack with now 50 seconds on the power play, exiting their own zone across the Oilers line, firing in the far side corner. Fogle bats it along the wall, out into the neutral zone, carried back the other way by the Kings along the near side wall. Both teams battling for this puck. It's going to be McLeod along the end boards as Fogle sees it go over to Byfield, back to the point. The Kings load up Byfield. The shot from distance, swallowed up by Stuart Skinner, his 20th save of the hockey game. So there you have it. 23 seconds to go in this power play for the LA Kings. The Edmonton Oilers trying to bring home what has been a 4-4 hockey game for a little while now. And they just need to get this job done with 23 seconds to go in the penalty kill and then 5 minutes to win it or thereabout this evening against the LA Kings to take a 2-0 lead. As that would be fantastic, Ryan, if Connor McDavid did score the game winner, as this will be a face-off to the left of Stuart Skinner. Everybody takes instructions from the linesman here. Face-off one back by Vinny Desharnais, jammed up along the boards and down the length of the ice. The Oilers get the clear. Talbot's out to play it, as this will be picked up by Spence. Spence coming up through the middle of the ice. He's going to go to the near side wing. Kopitar down low, looking to make this play for Doughty. Doughty back to the point as shot fired towards the net, blocked in front, and this will be Draisaitl on the penalty now being over, trying to get it over to Connor McDavid off the skates of Hyman, did so, and now Doughty takes a hard rock there from Hyman. 4:38 to go in this third period, friends. We're winding time down towards that overtime frame if necessary, as Draisaitl's trying to step on the puck and hold it up along the boards and get the freeze. Draisaitl had it. McDavid comes away with it. Back to the point. Bouchard, the blast over the right-hand corner of the net there, as this will continue along the boards, and the Kings will fire it out into the neutral zone. So Oilers pick this puck up inside their own end. Bouchard with the puck with 4:08 to go in this third period of play. The Oilers gaining up steam through there. Far side pass over to, I believe that was Kulak actually, and it down low into the zone. It goes Kane with a thundering hit. Near side boards exits the Oilers zone. Here's Nurse over to Mr. Brett Kulak, as you've got Kulak and Nurse on the ice here following the penalty kill. Kulak over to Nurse, fired in across the line. The Oilers get onside. Bounced off the near side corner, picked up by Kane, back to the blue line for Kulak. Worked down low by Perry. That was actually Henrique moving it down low. As this one keeps rolling to the near side boards, back again for Kulak. Kulak bats it over to Perry. Perry looking to make the wraparound. Can't happen. 3:20 to go in this third period of play. The Oilers faithful, loud and proud here as Kulak's got the puck. With support from the Oilers line change here, the Oilers get back going the other way. They're controlling the pace here since the end of that power play for the LA Kings. And now, all of a sudden, you've got a TV timeout with 4-4 the score and 3:04 to go on this time clock. Dia, welcome aboard. Friends, I'm sorry that I'm bumbling my words, but I am nervous as heck. I woke up nervous this morning, and I have stayed nervous all day. But I'll tell you right now, if you are new to the channel, I want you here for Game 3 where maybe, perhaps, I'm a little less nervous. So consider hitting that subscribe button here on Dolynny TV. And friends, also, if you haven't hit that like button here on the stream yet, make sure to do that. We're approaching 200 likes, just 21 away at this moment. 643 times 4.5. We are also at 477 hours on the stream, friends, so keep that in mind. We are literally just about there to the big goal of what is usually the 500 hours on the stream. So I'll welcome aboard Aaron as well. As Spencer, the anxiety is crazy right now. Yeah, we are losing it right now. And CS, I will keep the feed until this game is solved. That is the playoff guarantee. That is why I take the time off on worst games to watch during the regular season, is because I got to be ready to go this time of year, and we are obviously ready to giddy up for what is likely to be overtime between the Oilers and the Kings tonight. Friends, let me just put the glasses on to see if I can figure out what this looks like. At current, it looks like overtime to me, so we'll see what the Oilers have in store for us, but it's looking like overtime the way this hockey game has gone tonight. So we continue to roll along. That super fan's got the beard and everything going. They got the hair rocking. Oh my goodness, the fans are going. There's, of course, one banjo guy got the hard hat on. Hunter Ryan Singh and Louis DeBrusque breaking down the game for us right now. Brian, welcome aboard as well. We have had Ace earlier in the stream calling a Warren Fogle goal, so we'll see what happens here as we continue going, as this one is fired back in by the LA Kings off the face-off. To the far side it goes, picked up by Connor McDavid. 2:54 to go in this third period of play. The Oilers are going to try and lead up the attack and get going the other way, as this is going to be fired up to Henrique. Henrique bats it down low. Hyman trying to get there against Anderson, can't do it. Bouchard trying to get there now against Byfield. He's done it. And now Hyman's got the puck along the boards, as Hyman will spin and burn. Down low is it picked up now by the Oilers, as McDavid firing the shot just wide of the net. And this one comes back in behind. Is this picked up now by Hyman? Again, Hyman's getting it going, looking for the opportunity to get it over to Henrique, but he bowls over Henrique instead, and the Kings will get back the other way, 3-on-3. Doughty to the far side, trying to free up more in and down low to Kempe. Kempe back to the point now. The shot from Gavrikov through traffic, blocked in front. Far side boards now for Moore, back to Gavrikov again, looking to make the pass back to Moore. Does as such, shot fired, save made by Skinner, who's locking in here all of a sudden over the last little bit of this hockey game. $1:48 to go in this third period. Puck off the end wall now to Gavrikov. Far side pass cut off in the middle by Arvidsson. And the Kings just content to fire it up off the glass and over now for the Oilers, as Drysdale up the boards will fire it directly in on Talbot. It takes a nasty hop on him again. $1:27 to go in this third period of play, friends. We're winding down the last 80 seconds of this hockey game. Fogle turns the puck over. Lafreniere fires it back down low, but instead it's Drysdale and Nugent-Hopkins coming away with the puck. Nugent-Hopkins fires it down low into the Kings' end. Roy there to meet it, gets it across far side to Dubois, who takes a hard jolt there from Kane. $1:05 to go in this third period of play. Oh, can you smell it? Can you smell it? Can you smell it? It's the best part of the NHL. 56 seconds to go in this third period to play. 30-25. The shots on goal for the Edmonton Oilers, leading ahead now. Darnell Nurse, pass up through the middle, tipped in right there, down low to the Cam Talbot guy. Far side pass picked up by Kopitar. Pass to the near side, tipped in now by the LA Kings. Brett Kulak out there to play the puck, sees it go to the far side as the Oilers continue to roll around the far side boards inside their own zone. Kopitar keeps it in, backhands down low. 20 seconds to go in this third period as it's back to the point. Shot clubbed wide by Anderson on the point shot, tapped forward by McLeod. The Oilers one last chance right here. This one's going to go across the line, and Mikey Anderson tips it up off the stick. And friends, with 6 seconds to go in this third period, the Oilers in control of it in their own zone. We will play for overtime here in this one. Giddy up. The Edmonton Oilers saved in this third period by the second goal of the night by Dylan Holloway. Friends, I will tell you, I need a bathroom break. That was an ecstatic third period. We've got overtime upcoming. Stay tuned, stick around, stay with me. We've got overtime to solve things here in a matter of moments. I'll leave you on the subscribe ad. I'll be right quick and we'll recap that third period right away. Alright friends, this tastes like a Pepsi to me. I know sugar that late in the night ain't good for you, but hey, what do I gotta say? I gotta get this going, right? That's all I gotta say, so give me a sec. It is Pepsi time here on the live stream, simply because we may be in for the long ride tonight, and I'm looking forward to doing it alongside all you back home, as we are definitely in for a good finish here tonight. Thomas, welcome aboard. Nicole, welcome in as well, as we are turbo watching a good game. I can agree with you on that. I know you and I haven't seen eye to eye yet, but I'll tell you on that we do. As we're going to get the Pepsi going, because obviously we've got a long night hopefully ahead of us here this evening. We are going to check the watch time here quickly. So I want to see where we're sitting at all told when it comes down to the 500-hour goal, because I would assume safely that we are past the 500-hour mark. We are at 517 hours actually. So there you have it right there, friends. We are rolling. As I do grab a Pepsi. For those of you that don't know, I guess right now, to kind of endear myself to you a little bit more here back home, I had a problem with alcohol back in 2020, and thankfully, first try to kick it, I kicked it. I had done that back in 2014 as well, but fell off the wagon after 3 years. But I, to this point, kicked the alcohol problem, and this summer, in August long weekend here in Canada, it will be 4 years sober. So that's where we're at. That's why I did Pepsi, my friends. But yeah, that's the story behind that, I guess I could say for you. So we continue to roll here. Turbo. Rather a Dr. Pepper than a Pepsi. Well, I'd tell you, if my Dr. Peppers were newer than the Pepsi, I'd be having a Dr. Pepper, but my Dr. Peppers are starting to taste a little funny here. Haven't exactly refreshed the stock in a little while, I guess you could say. So, Matthew, thank you, and Brett, thank you as well, as we simple thank you as well as we continue to get going here. Flipperdo, Hollywood for the Hattie, maybe another $1,600 in hat sales for the Oilers. Yeah, for sure. Would be fantastic. As Pancake, thank you for being aboard as well. Appreciate being along for the ride. Have a couple of overtime Oreos too. Trust me, when we have to go upstairs, we will get that going here in a little bit when we go to the snack cupboard. That's the one thing I tell you, I'm so glad it is ball season during hockey season in the playoffs, because I burn off those midnight Oreos, I guess you could say. So I guess Josh having a beer if the Oilers win the ship. I will tell you, I've told everybody this. If the Oilers win the championship, I'm probably ending up in jail that night. Just not necessarily saying I did anything, but I'll be part of a crowd that gets lumped in there and thrown in there for the night. So Josh, it'll have to wait at least until I get out of the holding tank, I guess you could say. So here we go, friends. Nail-biting game. Route, you're going for Mr. Connor McDavid to get the assist on the Zach Hyman goal to win it. But yeah, this is going to be a fun finish to this one tonight, friends. I'm really looking forward to seeing what the Oilers bring for us late in this hockey game. Of course, too, just to say, we are up over 200 likes on the stream now. I don't know where this game finishes tonight, so putting a goal on that tonight, I don't know where that goes. But I guess tonight, to ask you the question, I'm seeing a couple of you throw it in there. What I would tell you is, who do you have scoring the game-winning goal tonight? I will tell you, I am taking Mr. Dylan Holloway. I think Dylan Holloway steps on the ice for the first time in overtime, goes down the middle of the ice, snipes one home, and puts it away. I think that's only the way it's going to go. But as well, friends, we're up over 15,302 subscribers now here on Dolynny TV. So I will encourage you one more time as we gain traction again here, just to hit that subscribe button and stay around for game 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, whatever it takes. And then, of course, as Josh is saying, to get to that championship Stanley Cup final win, well, I'd love to have you aboard for that as well. I can only imagine the craziness we'll be getting up to at that point. So, Ben, you're going for Evander Kane. I like that a lot as well. I like that a lot for Mr. Evander Kane possibly getting the game-winning goal. He's had a very good game. I think it goes back to the Oilers' penalty kill and then the Evander Kane hit on Drew Doughty. That is the reason the Oilers are sitting here in overtime. So something's going for Hyman. I like it right there. But friends, yeah, I'm liking it. We are ready to rock and roll into this overtime frame. Obviously, we've got a little bit of a ways to go until we get there, but we'll get there nonetheless here right quick, as the Edmonton Oilers obviously not too far away from winning this hockey game, but also not too far away from losing this hockey game, as they're talking about Hyman's hit on Deneau, which was an absolute awesome hit, I have to say. Seeing Mr. Zach Hyman staple Deneau to the floor was awesome. And yeah, we got to see what the Oilers can do here for it, for us when it comes down to this overtime period. Obviously, the downtown fan park there, the fan parks are going to be pretty incredible to see go live into the late night here. Obviously, I think there might still be some McEwen College students mulling around this time of year. So we'll see what's going on. But Matt, to say, it might be a late night. I assume it might be. It could be very well a long time before we get a finish to this hockey game, or the Oilers or Kings will score a minute and 5 seconds in, and we wasted all this time talking about it for no good reason, right? There's a whole bunch of possibilities, but I enjoy it nonetheless. As Josh Draisaitl from McDavid, I think that's just too classic, and I think that is a pretty safe bet every single time. Is pretty pumped up to see where the Oilers can get to in this overtime and see what they can do. This is the point I start getting fidgety, friends. This is where I start getting a little bit fidgety. I'm just going to quickly run myself off camera and just quickly check, make sure Made sure the cats had food. So we are ready to rock and roll for the rest of this hockey game, friends, as we should be well on our way to a pretty special finish to this live stream. I'll tell you that much, as we are up at, right now, how about that? Already up over 548 hours watched on the stream. Thank you so much, everybody, for being aboard this evening. I'd like to give a shout out to those of you that can't tell me who you think is going to score the game-winning goal for the Edmonton Oilers, or the LA Kings for that matter. If you don't have a YouTube account, but you are watching along right now and you're like, I wonder if that guy even knows I'm here. I do appreciate you hanging out with me and obviously being a big part of what the success for the stream is, right? When I talk about that watch time number here, that 500 hours or whatever, you contribute to that. That I can tell you for sure you contribute to, even if you can't like the stream, subscribe, whatever. You contribute to that, and I appreciate that very much. So, Vincent, you've been listening on the radio. Well, I'm going to try and compete with Jack, but I ain't ever going to compete with Jack fully. That man is a legend. As we continue along here, as we are rolling along, as we've got some Connor McDavid breakaway OT winners. Connor will score the OT winner. Connor got hammered that, Peter. Well, I think Connor takes his lumps too. We're just hoping he's okay, right? Simple. That's all we got to hope for. Okay, Ferg's going for Perry. We like that, right? I like that for sure. So, I can't believe I just read that, but I did. I like it. I think everybody knows what that was. But for things tonight, we're going to see what the Edmonton Oilers can bring home for us this evening, as Chris, LA will score just by how the game went from start to finish. That is true. That's fair enough. That could possibly happen. And Dean's going for Henrique. Henrique's had a pretty good playoffs thus far. We've liked what we've gotten out of Adam Henrique. I'll take that. And the only way the Oilers will win the cup is if I shave my eyebrows and French. What is that? Where are we going with this? We're getting even more extra on the chats right now tonight, friends, as we continue to roll here. We'll recap the goal scorers tonight. None of this really matters anymore because we're in overtime and only the next shot, the next goal matters. Kempe from Kopitar. That's how that one broke down to lead the LA Kings 2-0 right away over the gate, just pretty much 15 minutes into the game. Brett Kulak, though, on a wild one-time slap shot, answered right back from Leon Draisaitl and Warren Foegele. Doughty, though, pushed forward, got through Stuart Skinner, and ultimately pushed down into a 3-1 deficit after one. Dylan Holloway, Zach Hyman from Carrick and Janmark, and of course Draisaitl and McDavid on the power play for Hyman sealed the deal to make it 3-3 after two. Fiala from Spence and Byfield, tough go, tough shot, put us home at a 4-3 score for LA. It looked troublesome, but just over a minute and a half later, Dylan Holloway answered right back from Matthias Janmark, just like earlier, and was able to get us back to a 4-4 score. So we're in for a good finish here tonight, friends. 29-25 the shots on goal for the Edmonton Oilers, 55-50 the hits for the Oilers. Face-offs are dead even, and obviously the giveaways for the LA Kings, they are leading by a large margin here tonight. So it will be, it will be 5-on-5 overtime all the rest of the way, right? We skate 5-on-5 unless there's a penalty or some 4-on-4 because of incidentals. But we are about set to get this overtime frame underway here in a matter of moments, friends. I want to thank you for being aboard here tonight. It's been fantastic to have you, and well, we are about to see what the Edmonton Oilers are truly made of as we get this going here. You got to head out, Mr. Doom, but we will have a good rest of the stream. I promise you that, as we will keep what we've got going tonight going. So we will see what the Oilers have in store for us, friends. We're coming up on how last live stream finished. We were at 8,100 views by the end of last live stream, or somewhere thereabout. We were actually 7,603 views on the last live stream, 535 hours. So I can guarantee you tonight, as long as all goes according to plan, in the next 5 minutes, we will pass that 7,603 mark to start the playoffs on game number 1. And as we go here, friends, as well, we are well past that little bit of watch time. How about 574? There you have it. So we are ready to rock and roll for overtime, friends. The Edmonton Oilers, the LA Kings, about set to get us going, as Josh DraftKings has Draisaitl, McDavid, and Hyman best odds to win in overtime. I can appreciate that. I could definitely say that. And CS Nurse for the win. I like it. So here we go, friends. The play-by-play call. Trust me, I will have it for you here in a brief moment. Soon as we fire up for this overtime frame once more, we're about set to get things going. Shall we do this? Most career playoff goals: Corey Perry 5, Henrique 2, Hyman 1, and Connor McDavid 1 as well. Let's get this going here, friends. Let's do it. Shall we? Breathe, breathe, relax, breathe, breathe. Most career playoff overtime goals: Fiala, Kopitar 2, Dubois, Arvidsson, Kempe, and more, all with 1. Let's do this. As Colin, welcome aboard as well. So let's do this here, friends. Kempe on the ice right now for the LA Kings. Everybody, shake out the nerves. Let's get this going. Hold on, hold on. Let me double check with the glasses. Yeah, still looks like we're headed to overtime. Let's do this. Game on, friends. Let's do it. Face off down at center ice. The Oilers push ahead. Batted out immediately by the LA Kings off their own side. Here's now Hyman lifting into the Oilers' end. Picking it up is Adam Henrique. Instead now Connor McDavid near side. Kempe's got the puck. It'll be picked up by Hyman in the corner. Hyman's going to push off a check and roll in behind. This one's down low as it'll be fired to the far side. Bouchard. We'll see it cleared out of the zone. Picked up now by Matthias Ekholm. 19:32 to go. As this will be a stoppage and play with 19:32. So there you have it. As K. Ferg, my man. We got to make sure Turbo stays here. He's as much as a part of everything as all of us as this one. Going to be an opportunity now inside the Oilers zone, or Oilers offensive zone, for a draw. Kings to the far side boards, looking to exit the zone. 5-6 in overtime in regular season. This one across center ice, picked up now by Ryan Nugent-Hopkins. This is going to be picked up to the far side. The Oilers rolling around here. Draisaitl methodically looking through the middle of the ice, looking through, and it'll be bounced up into the Kings territory. As this one's to the near side again, battling around as it's going to roll. The nerves have got me, my friends. The nerves have me fully. Arvidsson across the Oilers line, offside, 18:56 to go here in overtime. A 4-4 score. Next one wins it all for whichever team wants it. And we would have a 2-0 lead if the Edmonton Oilers can indeed secure that next goal. 18:56 on the clock here in overtime as we continue to wind through what will be a pretty fun overtime, I think, based on what we're seeing already out of the gate, as both teams are not wanting to give it up, but also not wanting to risk giving it away. As Bouchard, shot from the point, save made by Talbot, rebound in front for Zach Hyman, denied there as Hyman knocks down the puck. This one will come now near side. Instead, it'll be knocked down by Doughty. Doughty will work up the boards to the far side. Chipped in past Bouchard. 18.5 to go in this overtime frame. Up the boards, out of the zone. Tipped back in onto the tape of Matthias Ekholm. Ekholm and far side puck pass. Here we go as Hyman across the line is beat off the puck there by Englund. 18:20 to go here in this overtime period. Across the line, the shot fired towards the net, blocked in front and goes wide of the net. Here's now Kane down the left wing. Kane through the middle of the ice, backhand towards the net, blocked in front by the Kings. We've played 2 minutes in this overtime period. Up the ice, it's going to turn back as it'll be worked to the far side. Kings up the far side wing, and it'll be right in front. Here's Kopitar, the shot, glove hand, side on, Stuart Skinner. And that will do it for us this evening, friends. The Edmonton Oilers fall 5-4 in overtime to the LA Kings, just like that. A puck bounced up off the glass and out into the neutral zone, and away Andrzej Kopitar went with the puck as Kopitar ends up just rifling it home. And I mean, that is a big time goal there from a big time player in Kopitar as Bouchard shot that puck on net. Save made by Talbot. And then it was going to go the other way, and oh man, what a chance in front for Zach Hyman. Just couldn't get through, and then this one up off the boards, a perfectly placed little bounce pass there for the LA Kings, and Darnell Nurse caught in behind Andrzej Kopitar. That is tough, as that was a bad look there for Nurse. He got caught. Kopitar quickly crossed the blue line and fires it home to make it 5-4 as the LA Kings beat the Edmonton Oilers. And that is a tough finish. That much is for sure. Up top corner, ripped it right home and fired it past Stuart Skinner on the glove hand side as the LA Kings find a way to win this hockey game, as it is been a good night. I mean, hey, I'm not going to complain. We got overtime just like I was hoping for, but end of the day, the LA Kings find a way to win tonight's hockey game, and now the series tied at 1. The Oilers have ultimately given away home ice in the series now, as the LA Kings have 2 road games remaining, and the Edmonton Oilers have 3 road games remaining. So, tough go there, friends, but that will be how it wraps up. I'm going to quickly transition over to the post-game edition here, and then we'll see what we can rally up here. But again, if you're heading out, make sure to hit that subscribe button on your way out. Thank you so much for tuning in tonight, and let's get to the post-game portion, friends, here on Dolynny TV. Hey, friends, this is Dolynny TV. A tough overtime finish for the Edmonton Oilers in a game that, well, you know, I don't think anybody could sit there and comfortably say they had full faith in Stuart Skinner, but you were hoping that when you needed him to make that next one, he would. And on the final shot of the game, unable to do so as Kopitar beats Skinner glove hand side, top corner for the overtime winner. A tough finish, but what do? End of the day, right, is the series is tied 1-1. The Oilers did their job winning game 1 of the series that we all asked they did. So that is where we kind of have to live with it a little bit and enjoy what we did get out of this first 2 games at home in the Stanley Cup playoffs all told. So a tough night to be an Oilers fan, obviously chasing the whole way, and I think it was very clear from the start of this hockey game that if you were going to chase against the LA Kings tonight, you were going to lose. And the Oilers, credit Dylan Holloway, credit everybody on the squad for not giving up the full way. But unfortunately for the Oilers, you just can't chase for 60-plus minutes against the LA Kings and win a hockey game, and that is ultimately why you lose 5-4. There were gaffes by everybody on the ice all told. Again, playoffs are a game of mistakes and a game of momentum, and the Oilers just couldn't quite capitalize on the momentum fully at times sometimes, and the LA Kings just kind of made the Oilers, well, pay for their mistakes. So that's where we find out. All told, Dylan Holloway, 2 goals tonight. Fantastic effort, obviously, for him. As well, Andrzej Kopitar finishes the game with 3 points, so solid on his part. Kempe, Kulak, Doughty, Holloway, Hyman, Fiala, Holloway, Kopitar is how the scoring finishes up in this one tonight. A tough finish, but for the Oilers, obviously, right, is it started with a Bouchard giveaway at the blue line, and then all of a sudden a bad bounce along the middle boards there on the overtime winner, ends up right on the tape of Kopitar with, I mean, Darnell Nurse was beat by a mile trying to dive back there and just trip Kopitar at that point. So plenty to break down. Again, I know where the headlines will go. Everyone's going to pile on Stuart Skinner for this one. Again, anytime the Oilers lose, they do not lose because of just one thing. So I would caution you right now tonight, just don't sit here and make fun of one guy for this problem, because there was plenty of guys guilty of stuff tonight, and plenty of guys did good things tonight as well. So friends, that's where I'm going to leave you. It's a late night. It's 11:13. We've been up a while tonight. I'm going to head on out of here, and we will talk to you in a little bit tomorrow to recap everything we know post Game 2. Thanks for being aboard. I am up on out of here. And friends, for those of you on the live stream, thank you so much for hanging out this evening. Really do appreciate you being along for the ride. But you know what? End of the day is we'll see what happens in Game 3, and we'll go from there. As I do appreciate you hanging out with me tonight, and we will chat with you here soon. Again, a huge shout out at the end of the live stream here I got to give to Prep and Awake for basically doing the super chats this evening. Really do appreciate that. Friends, we're up on gone. It's been a late night. 5-4, the LA Kings.